Good morning, everybody. This stream has been brought to you by the EA Creator Network. Thank you for sponsoring the stream, EA. Much appreciated. Welcome in. We are building with new kits today, and I am hyped and there for it. You know what? Actually, we're going to go out to the main menu. We're going to go out to the main menu for a second. And the reason we're going out to the main menu is I want to have a little read of our descriptions. And we can do that in the shop. So we're gonna have a little read of our descriptions and get hyped about what we're gonna be looking at today. So it's a new kit. So welcome in everybody. Welcome in Lexus. Welcome in Vinny. Welcome in Sabrina. Hello, hello. I hope you guys are all well today. Tell me all about it. And we got Snappy in the house. Hi Snappy. Welcome in. How are you today? I hope you're doing good. I'm very excited about these new kits. Can't wait to check them out with you guys because hype. You know I love new things, so I'm I'm always hyped up when there's new things going on. So first up we have the Sims 4 Modern Retreat Kit. Bring a modern vision of nature's spirit into your Sims living room with the Sims 4 Modern Retreat. Blending handcrafted items, cozy seating, and select furniture in a variety of natural materials, this kit celebrates the touch that transforms nature's raw beauty into timeless modern pieces, where simplicity meets sophistication in every detail. Created by Tut Tuts. Where comfort meets connection, whether they're napping on a sofa after swatting away mosquitoes, reading a good book by the marble fireplace on a cold night, or gathering around the coffee table after a long hike, your Sims will find comfort, connection, and style in every corner of their retreat. Frame the nature used as... Hang on a second. I just realised. Oh yeah. Did I do that? Okay. Just making sure I did something. Frame the nature used as wall decor and layered over a large glass window. The Muxrabi panel provides your Sims with privacy, shade, and style all in one. Pair it with furniture pieces inspired by the same intricate lattice work to create a cohesive and elegant look. Oh my gosh! Yeah, I didn't update my thing. So yeah, welcome in, guys. How is Vinny? Yeah, how is Vinny? How is Vinny? I hope you're doing good. And Lexus, the baby woke you up, so you wanted to sleep a little more. You know what? I woke up at like 4 a.m. this morning, around about. I just like, no reason, I just woke up. And I couldn't get back to sleep. And I was just like, gah. You know, when that happens, you're just like, gah. Which kind of sucks. Oh, boy. Simi V, hi. How are you? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Oh, just a quick reminder, I am streaming across 2 platforms today as well. So if you do hear me chatting to people and you can't see who I'm chatting to, that's why. It's 2 platforms, 2 different chats. So I can see both. Don't worry about it. I can see all of you. Dun-dun-dun. It's the power of Velvet. Lexus, he went to bed around 11, so it feels like I had no sleep. Oh, yeah. I feel that. Nasina, welcome in. Hello, how are you? Yeah, I'm tired, but I'm good. I'm very hyped about these new kits that we're looking at. So, yay. Oh, speaking of, garden to table kit. What's in this pack? Transform your outdoor dining area into a rustic retreat where homegrown harvests are the cornerstone of mealtime with Sims 4 Garden to Table Kit. Blend rustic charm and modern style with versatile furniture crafted from natural wood and smooth stacked fieldstone. Natural materials provide organic warmth, while metal and ceramic pieces add modern flair. Keep it neutral for a rustic feel or add pop-ups of colour for a modern twist. Tie it all together and bring your outdoor space to life with veggie-inspired decor and lush potted plants created by Brazen Lotus. Earthy and naturally inviting. Anchor your outdoor dining area with a stacked fieldstone grill paired with matching side tables for an earthy, inviting vibe. Define the space by using a stacked fieldstone bench that cleverly doubles as a low garden wall. Holy moly, I love that. Layer in some rustic appeal with rough-grained wooden furnishings and showcase your bountiful harvest decor with a repurposed wooden ladder display. Modern with rustic warmth. Elevate your outdoor entertaining spot with modern furnishings grounded in rustic warmth. A sleek charcoal grill and coordinating side tables feature clean lines softened by smooth wood textures. A rustic modern stone sink simplifies outdoor meal cleanup and adds practical charm. Bright wicker dining chairs, vibrant rugs, and garden-inspired veggie decor provide energetic pops of colour. Ah, doesn't that just make you go, ah? It makes me go, I love the fact that we are getting a little bit more outdoor landscaping stuff in the game, because I feel like that's something that we are so lacking in the game. Like, you know, doing outdoor landscaping is just like, oh man. But now it's going to be like, ooh, yay! So I was very excited. Nasina, you're good. You're about an hour from getting off work. Ooh, well, bring on a fast hour, then we can hang out while you get through work. Simi V, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How are you? Sounds like you're full of joy. I am. I'm always very, very hyped for new things in the game. I just get so excited by it. So I'm very, very hyped. And yeah, I'm glad to hear that you're doing well today. It's good. Shall we have a quick look at the modern retreat stuff first and what we got with that? Look at this. It's all white swatches. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Hang on. I might put down a platform so we can see it better. Let's do that. Oh my gosh. What are we in for today? Let's check it out anyway. I'm going to build a proper house today. This is my intention. Whether or not I get to that, I don't know. But my intention is to build a proper house today. But I do want to just, you know, just kind of check things out a little bit and see what we end up with. But I do want to build a proper house today. Lighting, sucky. Okay, let's see what we've got. I love the new swatches. You're so excited? Nasina, you just peeked and you're so excited? Yes, Simi B's excited as well. Vinny, so I haven't heard anything about these as I haven't been keeping up with the Sims, so you're excited to see those. Oh, everybody's excited. I think we've got some hype. Sabrina, you're excited to see those too? Yes, we've got a lot of excitement happening. So this is the first pack, which is the Modern Retreat one. So we have the Embrace Rib Ottoman. Oh my gosh, this looks like CC. Like, look at it. It looks like CC. We're going to have, like, CC, like, you know, items in the game. Wow. And those are the swatches there. Oh, my gosh. And then we have the Embrace Rib Armchair. And I think there's going to be the same swatches again. I'm just going to go around the back of those and look at that with the back around them. Wow. I reckon you could absolutely use those outside as well because, you know, it feels like one of those items that you could be indoor, kind of outdoor. It feels very cool. Oh, look at that. Interesting with the cushion, with the way it sticks out a little bit. Woo! Camera going wild. And then the same colors running through. So I think we're going to have the same colors running throughout, but look at this 3-seater. Lovely, same style, some cushions on there. I am curious if the cushions, what the cushions do with the different colors. They stay the same. Okay. I reckon you can mix it up and have, like, you know, some different cushions from inside the game with that. So we've got a complete set. So I know that's going to make people happy. So we've kind of got like the armchair, the ottoman, and then we've got the 3-seater, 2-seater, and the armchair in the matching design. So I know people are going to be super stoked about that. Oh my gosh. You like the light green color? Yeah, it's a really nice one, right? I think these are going to be like really good neutral shades that, you know, we can use with a lot of different things in the game. And I love that. Look at all that. Oh. Simi V, beautiful. I want this now. I know. It's gorgeous. This is making me so happy. I mean, I just want to build a modern house and put all the things in here. Slatted wooden bench. Oh, see, this could be so good for indoor and outdoor, and I love that. Good colors. I think they're going to work really nicely with a lot of the packs that we've had recently as well as base game. So that should blend really nicely. And then we have the TV stand Mutsarabi. So this is the one with the lattice work that they were talking about. Oh, shoot. Having nighttime is not the ideal time. Okay, move that over there. But this is the lattice work furniture that the description talked about. So I'm intrigued to see how that kind of goes. Lexus, all the colors mix and match together. They do. They do. And I love that they've gone that direction now with the game, and the fact that we have got so many kits and packs and all sorts of things that really do coordinate with the woods, because it was such a heartbreaker. Such a heartbreaker to have all these different kinds of things. Oh my gosh, what is this? And all kinds of woods, and not being able to match things was just frustration. Ceci Nispas un Ons. So a famous art curator once visited Salvadorada and discovered this unique animal-shaped side table handcrafted by local artisans. He loved it so much that he bought plenty to give to his wealthy collector friends. Soon the table began appearing in every interior design magazine and quickly became the must-have piece in homes everywhere. So this is like a unique kind of side table piece. I get that. Ben, welcome in. How are ya? How's Ben today? Heading in towards Friday, even though I know it's Thursday for you. It's a squash jaguar. It is. Like maybe a jaguar, a cheetah. No, jaguar makes sense, right? So we have that in blue, pink, green. And then we've got like the tiger version. So today, and then like it looks like a kitty cat, like a little void cat. Oh, you know I love that. I don't know how easy that's going to be to use in a house, but I think it's a real funky side piece. So today we're looking at the new kits that came out. Ben Sev walked into the middle of me going ooh and ah and getting very excited about new things that we have from the new kits. So yes, you like that? Yeah, it's going to be so cute. I don't know how I'd use it in a house, but I'm curious to find out. Like, you know, we don't have anything really like that in the game. So it's going to be interesting, I think. Ben, you're just as bizarre as usual. I love it. Yeah, it's like a cute, unique animal table. It is. I know I could definitely get away with it in kids' rooms, but I'm really curious about how to integrate that into like a living room space. I think that would be so fascinating. Ben, I've heard that you're a crazy cat lady. I am a crazy cat lady. It's true. So I love cat things. And I'm there for it. So give me a cat house and I'm very happy. Interesting. So this is the Keeper Coffee table, which is very cool. I like it. Lots of cool things. And yeah, I love the idea of it mixing with this piece here with the Jungle Adventure Pack. That's very cool crossover. It'll go with the animal pattern carpet and wallpaper. Imagine doing like a whole animal like an animal themed like room and just like have it like being really, you know, animal print wallpaper, animal print flooring, animal print rug, animal print bed, animal print tables. Oh my gosh. Sabrina would be really good in a kid's room or mix it with Jungle Adventure stuff. Yeah, I reckon it would be quite funky to use that in like a whole lot of different ways. As you know, you can have it like as a kid thing, you can have it as a feature table, you know, as a design choice. So I think it's going to be a really interesting piece. I'm intrigued by that piece and how to use it. Simmy V, I love your sense of humour. Oh, well that's good, because I've got a lot of it. So just as well. Phew. Otherwise we were in trouble, weren't we? Oh boy. Thank you, I appreciate that. Animal print home, right? A whole animal print home would be just like absolutely wild. Wow, imagine it. Weave wooden shelf. Ooh, look at that. I'm gonna check out what the shelving slots are like, because you know how sometimes they could be a medium slot or a small slot. I'm hoping that there's like a couple of small slots and maybe a medium one on there. That would be quite fun. I really do like the lattice work on these ones. Gorgeous. And oh, that wood color just makes me so happy. Ben, I do think Velvet is highly entertaining and melodious. Ah, thank you, Ben. I don't know how entertaining I am, but I'm somewhat melodious at times when I'm in the singy space. Oh, these kind of work so well together. So I appreciate that, Ben. You're a sweetheart. I'm not even trying to be funny. That's just the truth. You like the wicker look? I love that as well. And like they all sit so beautifully and nicely together, and they coordinate a treat. So yeah, I mean, look at them. Gorgeous. Simmy B, I'll be back if you're still on. My newborn woke up. Catch you later. Thanks for being here, Simmy, and hi to your newborn. Go take care of that baby. Oh, little babies. Love it. So, let's go maybe do some big stuff. Oh, boy. So, if you guys want to talk to me about what you're going to be doing for the weekends, feel free to tell me about it. I'd love to know. And also, I've got a question for you all. So, for those in the chat, and if you feel like participating, I would love it. If you don't feel like participating, don't. It's fine. I will not take offense. But We have a big lotto draw here in New Zealand this weekend. And the numbers go from between 1 to 40. And I would like to know, so 6 numbers between 1 to 40. And then there's a Powerball number, which is 1 to 10. If anybody wants to give me some winning lotto numbers in chat, I'm going to write them down and I'm going to use them in my lotto ticket this weekend. So 6 numbers between 1 and 40, and then 1 number between 1 and 10. So give me some lotto numbers and I'll see if I can win some money. 55 million. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine it? Alexis, heading to Auckland on Sunday. Ooh, Auckland. Awesome. That's going to be a fun trip. Okay, we have 23. We've got 39. All right, keep them up. Keep them up. I love it. Lexus, you can't because hubby did his yesterday. We're in competition for it. No, we can share the 55 million. Who needs 55 million anyway? We just need a few of that. We'll go halvesies. 22.5 million each. I think that's fair, right? Look at this marble fireplace. Oh my gosh. It's so fancy. It's so fancy. It's the marble hearth fireplace. And I like how this is like all linked in with Salvadorada. Like looking at the description. So this is the sleek and stunning Salvadorada marble fireplace is the perfect blend of modern elegance and natural beauty with smooth lines and rich veining. It warms even the coldest nights while setting the mood for cozy family gatherings. I love the fact that this is actually related to Salvadorada and the Jungle Adventure pack, because the Jungle Adventure pack is quite frankly one of my very favorite packs in the whole wide world. So you know what? I am very there for it. I'm very, very there for it. I loves it. Okay, we've got a 12. Thank you, Nasina. You like the fireplace? I like the fireplace as well. I'm absolutely going to be using that. Vinny, you use your birthday. Awesome. Vinny, I love cross-packs stuff, even if it's just the description. Yeah, so do I. I love that. Just it feels like it's more of a whole game, you know, when we have like the little cross-pack descriptions and stuff. So I am there for it. I'm there for it too. Lexus, you normally do kids' birthdays and anniversary. Yeah, so do I. Like any sort of important date, you kind of do that on the lotto tickets, right? Nasina, I love the fireplace. I was just complaining to myself about not having a good modern fireplace. Well, look at that. It's 3 wide, so it's a good width, and it does actually leave you space to put like, you know, your TVs or artwork or something up above it as well. So, you know, it's quite low, and that's quite interesting because it's quite different from the fireplaces that we already have in place. Alexis, I don't know what numbers he picked. Oh, well. You could still give me a number if you felt like it. No, it's fine. You don't have to participate. Okay, let's have a wee look at the lattice work. So this is the Muxarabi small screen. The small one was the first idea, a sweet little sunshader with Muxarabi charm. Perfect for adding a bit of shade and style, but when it arrived, the architect stared at it in silence, tilted their head and said, maybe bigger. Okay, so let's have a look at it. Ooh, okay, so we're going to need some bigger walls. So this works in so perfectly with the, let's just move the fireplace over there, with the lattice work furniture that we have. And color wise, you know it matches. You know it matches. So, yeah. Look at that. So we have that in small, medium, and large. Oh, the things that we could do. The things that we could do. Ooh. No more having to cross-hatch the eco lifestyle ones. Now we can do it without having to cross-hatch. Alright, 14. Thank you, Lexus. There you go. Thank you very much. We've got 4 numbers. 4 numbers. Almost there. So, what else have we got? So let's take a look at our rugs. So we have the Under the Banana Tree rug. The small rug made from dried banana leaf fibers may be compact, but not to be underestimated. It's like the little sibling quietly stealing the show, perfect for adding a small touch of jungle charm without the big drama. I just seriously love the fact that this all kind of relates to Salvadorada. It's not what I expected at all. Oh, look at these neutral colours. It's just going to work with these rooms and all the other furniture so perfectly. I mean, look at that. It's going to work a treat. And then you have the Under the Banana Tree big rug. So we've got a big version. And this has a stripe through it. Wow. Interesting. That's going to be getting a lot of use, I think. nice. I mean, I can imagine these indoor and outdoor, which is what I absolutely love about that. Just the flexibility of it. There's so much that could be, you know, outdoor stuff as well if you wanted it to be. Like, I feel like you could use that rug outside and this furniture outside and, like, that coffee table outside. Maybe this one outside as well. Actually, that one outside, definitely. Sabrina, can we use the Lovestruck animal print walls and floors with this furniture today? Yeah, absolutely. Just remind me. But we can absolutely do that today. We can do it like a fancy like bedroom or something like that with some of this stuff. I think that'll be fun. It's a good size rug, right? Yeah, I feel like it is, and like it would sit really nicely under dining tables as well, just the size of it. So I'm there for that. So we have the light rods. So inspired by fishing rods, this lamp casts its gentle light into the sea of darkness. Its sleek cone-shaped shade lighting the floor like the moon lights the ocean. It brings calm grace and soft warmth to any space. So this is funky. Ooh, look at that. How funky is that? Interesting. Let's see. So we've got some metal. So we've got the black and the white mix, and then we've got the grey and grey and black mix, grey and brown. Then we've got the gold, blue, green, and pink. Interesting. It's like you put like light rods in a vase and then kind of like drape them from a stick. It's really interesting. I like it. I like it. I think that's cool. Messina, is there any cats in these or are they full build kits? They are full build kits. No cats as far as I know. I don't believe there's any cats anyway. Yeah, just build as far as I'm aware. I don't think we're getting any cats with these, so interesting, right? No cats today. And then we have the wooden egg lamp. This lamp brings quiet luxury to the room. Its base, hand-carved from a single piece of fine wood in a smooth egg shape, pairs perfectly with a linen shade that softly glows and subtly shows off. Simple, elegant, and just a little too fancy to be humble. This is gorgeous. Look, there's like a little design on the side of it as well. Ooh, I like it. Oh my gosh, this is going to be, this kit I feel like is going to be absolutely amazing for that person that loves a neutral home. And I love a neutral home. I don't build that many of them, but I love them. So yes, please. The box ceiling lamp. This square ceiling piece is like a perfume bottle, small and simple but full of presence. It brings a cozy and dramatic feeling to the room, making the space feel more special and complete. Okay. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's teeny tiny. Oh, hang on. I'm going to do a whole room. Let's do a whole room and just see how strong the light is, because that's always the question for me. Is this going to be a strong light? Because that affects whether or not I'm going to use it. Or how regularly I'll use it anyway. So this is the box ceiling lamp. Oh, that gives us good light. Look at that. Oh, that's going to be my new favorite. I love a nice teeny tiny light. Yes, please. And it comes in some really nice shades, like all the sort of the metals and blues and that sort of thing. And oh yeah, I like that. Thank you very much. So we can't see that in our thing at the moment, but yeah, that gives off good light. So I'm loving that. A little tiny perfect light. So then we have our clutter. So we got the Monster Lush. So 2 graceful Monstera leaves arise from this decorative vase, capturing the lush spirit of the jungle in a simple, elegant form. It's like bringing a little piece of the rainforest calm right into your home. That's pretty. I like it. And this actually matches the lights, funnily enough. And then we have the Do Tables Dream of Necklace. This table necklace is perfect for when your table wants to feel fancy but has nowhere to put it. It's like, it is like pants for a centaur. Makes no sense, but somehow it just works. That description is hilarious. It's just like a little decorative piece. A table necklace. I would never have thought of that, but amazing. Yeah, good bot. Good bot saved today. I love it. So then we have the Sleek Stingray. What is the Sleek? Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh. That's cool. The sleek stingray, hand-carved from warm timber, the stingray art piece glides across your shelf with ocean-born grace, its sweeping wings and sleek tail bringing a splash of coastal calm to any room. Well, that's quite cool. I like it. And same sort of colours again. I reckon you could actually, if you're doing like an aquarium, you could add that to an aquarium. I like it'd be quite fun. And then we have the chirping wood. Ooh, it's a birdie. This charming decor piece features a hand-painted solo bird inspired by Salvador Dali's vibrant wildlife. With bright colours and lively details, it brings a touch of Salvador Dali jungle joy right into your home. Oh, nice. I like it. Like, there's some different versions. Lots of different versions to choose from. Like, very jungly, you know? Very jungly. Oh, actually, what are the swatcher areas like? Okay. So there's a couple, like, medium slots on here. And on here there's 3. One on there. Those. And there's some on the fireplace as well. And the small slots. No, that's medium. Medium. Okay. I don't know if we have any small slots. Okay. Oh! Yes! This is exciting. A mocktail bar tray. On the family room shelf, a beautiful tray holds sparkling fake bottles that look good enough to drink. Everyone knows they're fake, but they add a cheeky secret charm that keeps the room smiling. How cool is that? If you've got like a den or like a, you know, any sort of social space, that's going to be great for in there as just like a little clutter item of suggesting, you know, we've got some really cool things to drink in this room. I love it. Okay, I'm in love with this pack, and that's the end of that conversation. I just love it. So I'm just going to double check floor and ceiling. Nope, and nope. Okay. I think that's everything. You love the little drunk setup? So do I. You can't go wrong with that. I reckon as well. I think that's very cool. So that's what we're looking at for the Modern Retreat pack. So let's go on the other side, and I'm just going to add in a little base, and we'll see what we've got in garden to table. Woo! Isn't this cool? So many cool things that we're going to build with today. So garden to table. Now we do have flooring. Oh, that's nice too. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Be perfect for the outdoors. Just again, just like really lovely neutral shades that are very usable. Like no ridiculous colors where you just go, ugh, I'm never going to be able to use that you know, particular swatch. Well, maybe that one might be difficult. No, I reckon that would look right in the nice, you know, in the right kind of home. So you know what? I love a nice neutral kind of swatch. That works for me. So then, what else we got? Let's check it out. Look at all these things. You love that floor. It's very 60s. I wasn't alive in the 60s, but I'm going to take your word for it. I know you weren't either, Vinny. But I'll take your word for that. I just like the look of it. I'm very into retro modern though, so you know that really suits my kind of vibe. So let's go with the fireplace. This is what I wanted to start with. The Fieldstone grill. So that would work in like a medium wall height. So it's bigger than a small wall. So you definitely need to have the medium wall height for that one. Look at the details of this. There's like a little pot of potatoes, and then there's a jug that looks like the base game one. And then all the details with the grill there, and the wood and the stone used. Nice. What's the other floor swatches? So that's the first one, and all through there. So it's a lot of browns and greys, and a sort of a variety of colors, and I feel like that's going to be super usable. So very into it. It's okay. I just showed you again, so hopefully you didn't miss it the second time. Did you do wall swatches already? I might have missed it. There aren't any wall swatches. So, no wall swatches. there's no new wallpapers. Thank you very much. Save and hydrate. Well, I'm not going to bother saving because we're not anything to save, but I will hydrate. Cola. Yeah, there's like different shades, which I think is really cool. Then we've got, yeah, this fireplace. So let's have a look at the swatches we've got. So with the black and the greys, ooh. And then there's different colors on the clutter as well, which is very cool. You're going to say mum juice. Yeah, no, I wish. I wish I had a mum juice, but no mum juice today. I wish I had one, though. I could definitely use one. Yeah, yeah, where there's no wall swatches, but flooring, yes, walls, no. So you didn't miss anything as far as the wall swatches go. Fieldstone Grills Table. So add some rustic style and extra space to your grilling setup. These sturdy side tables are the perfect spot for sauces, utensils, or a well-earned drink. So that sits in there beside the fireplace. And we've got, again, like a little bit of extra wood for the fire and some pots. And I think this will be all matching swatches, I would hope. Going through there. Look at that. Look at the way that kind of sits beside each other. Ooh. So wait, that's a grill, not a fireplace. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. It is a grill, not a fireplace. You can cook on it. Yeah, it looks like a fireplace, but it's actually a grill. It is a grill, not a fireplace. So there you go. We learned something new today. But there is like another grill as well. So there's like a second grill. So there's like this fireplace looking grill, and then there's like this grill here, which is amazing looking. Can I just say, look at the little temperature gauge on it and all the knobbies, and just the fact it's like a little teeny tiny one. That is awesome. And some very cool matching colors. And look at that, all matching in through there. Whoa. So grill and a smoker. Let's see, what does it say? Char chic grill. The classic taste of char with the look of luxury. This grill brings a modern twist to classic outdoor flavors. There you go. Yeah, that's what it is. Yes. If it's going to be one's a char, one's a smoker. I don't know much about grilling, but let's go with yes, that's what it is. And then we have the not so sure sink. That should work nicely, I think, as a little side piece to that particular grill. That's what it looks like to me, as a little side piece to that one. You love that outdoor grill fireplace thing? So do I. I think that's very cool. Like, that's, look, you kind of got like two sides. Like, this is a little bit more, well, this one's a little bit more rustic, and that's a little bit more modern, I think, but it's kind of like, got almost like a retro kind of vibe to it as well. Which is cool. That's the matching swatch for that one. So yeah, you got sink, grill, side piece, and then we have another char chic grill table. So I think this kind of works with this area here as well. And again, like cool little clutter there with the plates underneath there. I love that. And that should all sort of coordinate and match running through there. Interesting. I wonder how that matches. I'm just like trying to see like how the doors match, and they don't. Too bad they didn't do a brick sink with it. Not that I can see, no. No, not there. It would have been cool if they had like the brick swatches as well as these swatches. I think that would have been really, like a really cool cool way to mix and match the whole pack then. So then we have, what have we got? We've got the plain old pergola. Oh, pergola! So a plain old pergola, that's the perfect canvas for your outdoor creativity. Decorate, display, or just let the sun shine through. Ooh. No pergola. Hello, no pergola. Hey, won't that work really well with this? This little coffee table right here. Like, I feel like they would kind of work quite nicely. And in terms of colour, oh, that's got a really nice grain through it. So the colours don't really match between the two packs, but I imagine you can find some coordinating things. But can you guys see that wood grain on there? It's quite funky. Ooh. Okay, pergola. Move that back up to the smidge. And then we got a rustic ladder. No longer fit for climbing, but perfect for plants. This upcycled ladder brings rustic charm and handy shelving to any space. So I really like this, like the idea of recycling a ladder and then using it as a shelving piece. I think that's really funky and fun. And it really does work in with the sort of the modern, you know, interior design aesthetic, or, you know, exterior design aesthetic, where, you know, you want to recycle things, be, you know, sustainable, and, you know, things like that in the way that you think about the items that you use around your house, for those that have that luxury. Rustic divide bench. Part bench, part boundary, this fieldstone supported seat offers a comfy place to relax while defining the edge of any patio or garden. So look at this, you can only use that around the edge of a, you know, of a thing. Like, have a little seat as well as a little wall, which is cool. I love that idea. Wasabi, welcome in. Enjoy your lurk. Would books fit in it? Well, let's find out. I will go into base game and I'll type in vintage. Let's see, books. Books will go on the top shelf and the middle shelf. They don't go on the bottom shelf for some reason. They don't fit perfectly, I've got to say. They do clip a little bit. Just like that one's a teeny tiny bit, but that one's a little bit more obvious. But I think if you wanted to shrink them down a smidge, you could do that. But they don't naturally go on the bottom one. But it could be cool. Could be cool. I think if you were going like a smaller item, I think it would work better. You could use it like as a little pantry item, I think, in the kitchen or something like that too. The plants from blooming rooms, yeah, they would work really nicely on there, I think. You're right. You're right in the center. Wasabi! Hi, just came in to say hi, lurking or doing some relaxing self-care. Have a wonderful stream. Oh, thank you, and thanks for popping in. Appreciate you, and enjoy your lurk and your self-care. Thank you very much. So next we have the reclaimed and rebuilt supersized table. There we go. Oh, look at the worn edges on that. That is really funky. And the textures on it. See, I love this. And then we've got the smaller version of that same table there. So it's kind of like combined in through there. Isn't that cool? So then that works with the Easy Breezy woven chair. Oh, look at that. Now that is a nice outdoor chair. I love the way that the cushion's been done on that. It feels like that cushion is like one of those cushions that comes in and out of the chair. So like you can take it in so it doesn't get wet, you know, when it's rainy weather and stuff. That chair is gorgeous. I can imagine this chair in like a Cape Cod home, you know, like very coastal looking. So that is really nice. Oh, that plain white is stylish. Like that plain white's going to work so nicely with these tables. Woof! It's so pretty. What else we got to look at? So we have got a rug. So versatile fiber rug. It's a nice size. Get rid of that smaller table over here. And it sits really nicely under the large table. Look at that. That is a really nice size detail. So I appreciate that, because sometimes it's really annoying when rugs don't fit all that nicely, you know, underneath dining tables. So that's a nice detail. I like the texture on it. I like the design. And oh, look at this. We've got a plain woven one as well. Ooh, neutral homes have never been so easy to do in The Sims 4. I think between these two packs, we've got some amazing neutral items to work with. So that's very cool. Next up, we have the cherished patio tree, uprooted and upgraded to the most temperate corner of your backyard. This tree now enjoys a place of honor among your most cherished outdoor memories. That's cute. It's a nice size. Yeah, I like the size of that. And the wood texture on the trunk is very cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the texture of the pergola. So that's fun. So what colours we got? Oh, we've got fruits and no fruits. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, lots of different textures. Oh my gosh. So there's like a bolder, sort of wider leaf. Then you've got a fruit texture, and then there's a thinner leafed one as well. Oh my, I'm going to be using that a lot. So that's pretty. I love me some plants. And then we have the Just for Show garden veggies. Want the charm of a veggie garden without all the work? This decorative pair of potted plants brings the vibe. No weeding, watering, or dirty hands required. So that's definitely a ground one. It's not designed to be sitting on top of things. And it's like a little cauliflower and like cabbage leaves. And the pots change, the plants don't change. Okay. That's cute. So then we have the lively herb pot. After basking in the sun, this little plant shines it right back, lighting up any space with a touch of green. A lovely way to bring the garden to the table. Okay, so that definitely sits on the table. And we have a couple of different kinds of actual plant in there, so that's nice. So different colour pots, different colour plants. Weep, 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 weep. Was it only the big pot colour changing? No, the big pot has 3 different kinds of plant in there. So we've got the wide leaf, we've got the fruit, and then we've got the smaller leaf. So there's 3 different kinds of plant in the big pot. But with this veggie one down here, it's only the pot that's changing. And yeah, only the large. The large and the small one both change, but the pots change, but the plant doesn't. So then we have the reanimated roots. So these are root veggies that refused to rest in peace. Why stay buried when you can rise again as beautiful decor? Just remember, these regrown roots are for looking and not for lunch. I mean, I'm always there for anything kitchen decor, so I love that. So it's just kind of a few just different little color changes, mainly the pot, but the vegetables do change in a couple of the swatches. So we've got orange and then you've got yellow. I was so bewildered by yellow carrots when I went to America. I was like, what are yellow carrots and why are they a thing? So that's fun. Yeah, the small pot you can barely tell. Yeah, the small pot, it does change, but it is very subtle. It is very subtle. Hort potato. This potato is too good for the garden, and it knows it. Its vines flaunt perfect leaves for all to admire, making it the undisputed envy of the veggie patch. Every other potato dreams of being just like this potato. This reminds me of a kid's science experiment where they have to grow like a vegetable of some sort in a glass. That's absolutely what this reminds me of. Nasina, yellow carrots. I don't know that I've ever seen yellow carrots and I live here. Really? It was a thing that we, like, when we ate out and we were in, where were we, California, and we ate somewhere and they gave us yellow carrots. We were like, what is this? We're like, it's carrot. What? It's yellow. What? It was a whole thing. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Second chance sprouts. Pulled from the trash bin and nourished by onion-inspired tears, these veggies get a second chance at a long life away from the kitchen. So it's like a... what is it? Like lettuce? Potato? I don't know what that is. Some sort of vegetables. Lexus, they are yellow, purple, and orange. Purple carrots and potatoes are a thing. Yeah, I know purple. I've seen purple potatoes, and I have seen them like on cooking shows and stuff, but it's just not something that we kind of have, you know, just out in the supermarket so much. So I was quite surprised. This was a few years ago now, by the way, as well. So I've learned a little bit more about vegetables of the world since then, but yes, it was like all a very new thing at the time. Lucina, must be a Cali thing. California is its own country. It might be. I don't know enough about the regional differences around the place in America to really comment, but we did have some yellow carrots in California. So there you go. But yeah, I haven't heard and seen purple carrots on like TV, and potatoes as well. But yeah, never actually seen them in real life. So, but I know they exist. But it's quite a surprise when you get something like that when it's unexpected. You've never had the others either, Vinny. Yeah, same. Well, I've had the yellow carrots now. I ate them because I was curious about what they were. The bestest eggs. What's better than farm fresh eggs? The bestest eggs laid by the happiest hens on the homestead, living their bestest lives. How cute would this little item be? And like if you're doing like a country living thing with cottage living and bits and pieces, like, you know, this cute little rustic pile of eggs that you can have on display. Oh, the multicolored ones as well. Look at that. I love kitchen clutter, so that makes me happy. Then we have the forager's basket, a forager's delight. This basket is overflowing with edible woodland treasures, ready for admiration, not snacking. Okay, so decorative. So that's kind of mushrooms and berries and herbs. Oh, well, that's cute. Nasina, oh my god, love it. So cute. Love more kitchen stuff. Yes, me too. Need to go back and update my shelves. Oh my gosh. That's a good point. Like, oh, how many things would I need to update with my old builds? That would be a wild time. I feel like my old builds are like missing a whole lot of stuff now. Okay, cool. See, look at that. You can put all your like your little decorative, lovely items on the ladder. So we have the Homestead Harvest Basket. Who needs a grocer when the homestead delivers? Put the day's bounty on display and let everyone see the fruits or veggies of your labor. Watermelons and tomatoes. Onion, I think. And possibly radicchio. Lettuce, something like that. Oh, I like the basket color changes. They're cool. And that lattice work kind of works with this over here as well, doesn't it? Look at that! I wonder if they coordinated that. Because how well does that work? That works a treat. Oh my gosh. Cool. Nasina, oh man, I'm not doing a ton, just most recent stuff I did, I think. Well, they're just kind of a testament to what you did in the past, right? And then you just go on and build some new things in the future. Yeah, updating. I would be there forever if I tried to update stuff, I think. But it's nice to have these little things in it. Heroes host dinnerware. Want Sims to know your table is ready to host, that you're prepared no matter the food situation. Put this on display and everyone will know that you're the host. You host the grandest, most amazing outdoor meals. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Like it's little napkin basket plates. Okay. Cute. I think it works nice with the set. Like, look at that. Ready to go. And we have the price pickings bowl. Show off your hard-earned harvest with this bowl of garden fresh produce. We've got carrots. We've got peppers. Stuffed potatoes and something. Bok choy, maybe? Purple carrots. We were just talking about those. Purple and yellow and orange. There we go. Purple carrots for everybody. And the last thing by the looks of things is the Fresh Chef cutting board. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this. This is my favorite thing. This is my favorite thing and I love it. Oh yeah. I think having something like this that is just so decoratively, you know, like it's looks like it's functional and in use and pretty colors, and I love that it's a rustic shape and cool colors. Just like a little herb on the corner, salt bowl. Yeah, I love it. Okay, well, looking at that, that is the garden to table kit. Very nice. Very nice indeed. What do you guys think? Which one do you like better? Do you have a preference? Or do you think, you know what? I like all of it. Are you like me and just like, I like all of it? I think that's pretty cool. I think I liked both of them. And think I'm going to be using both of them. So I guess, you know, I'm a winner here because I'm going to get all of these things that I'm going to be using, and it makes me happy. So I think we are going to go and build ourselves a cute little house now. I'm not going to do anything too amazingly huge or anything crazy, but we are going to build a little house, and it's going to be modern because I feel like the packs that we have today are particularly modern in sort of style. So we'll build ourselves a modern house to go in this world. So let's get our shell on, hey? Let's get our shell on. You feel they're both good, Lexus? Yeah, I feel like they're both good as well. Like, I feel like they're very usable. And the fact that we have some really nice sort of neutral swatches with a lot of them really does make me happy. So I'm very there for that. And I like it a lot. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 wide. And so this here, I'm going to show you guys now. So this here is the inspiration wiggle it around that we're kind of doing today. Well, what I'm using today. Obviously I can't do the waterfall thing, and we're not going to do too much of that landscaping there on the front because I want to focus on the back landscaping. But that's basically the rough kind of house that I want to build today. So there you go. If you are intrigued about what I'm doing and how I'm what I'm putting together, that is what we're doing. So I'm going to do a medium wall on the bottom, and the reason I want to do that medium wall on the bottom is because our grill that we had was it needed to be like beside something that had a medium height to it. So I thought that would probably be the smart way to kind of go about it. I might have to move this back a little bit, but we'll see how we kind of go. And what do we have? We have a balcony kind of running around. Ceiling. And that runs around here and then around here. There we go. I might put it like right around. I think that'll be quite cool. It can have like this whole wraparound balcony. That's quite funky, right? And we'll go 1 high on that just to give it like that thickness running through. And then that will go a thinner one up here. Okay, delete that. What we want, and delete that. So that actually runs around in front of this, so I'm just going to pull this out. It has a cute little plant running through, and then that comes out. I might go 1 higher on this one and pull that out like that, and then that kind of runs around here as a roofing section like that. Now the ceiling heights is the ceiling heights that are in the inspiration are a little smaller on this side, like they sit a little bit lower. So I'm thinking I might just do like a higher roof on this side here, just to make that kind of work. The other option is I can do like maybe I feel like a half wall's not going to work because I've got to have like sticky out bits. So okay, so that means we're going to do platforms of different heights. Let's go. It'd be nice if I could sort of stack them up over the top of each other, but I feel like that's not going to work. It is what it is in the game. I mean, imagine if we could roof half walls. Like, how good would that be? Unless I could. No, I don't think I could. Ooh, let me just test that. No, because you still need to... No, I don't think I can. What am I know that I can't. What am I trying these things for? So I think a medium wall actually might work best for this, and you sort of see that's kind of the way that works. It works. That's fine. I'm just being fussy. So then that runs through, and we've got like I'm going to do a half wall running off the house like this. Maybe a little higher. And it's kind of like the enclosed gate kind of running through, and then around the house running through that way. Sabrina, you love using the glass walls to make custom fences. Oh yeah, that's fun, right? I feel like that's going to be very cool to have, like, you know, some glass custom fences and stuff around the balconies, and I think I'll probably end up doing that because, yeah, it's a nice little building trick, the old half walls. You know what? Now that I've done that, I'm going to delete that because we're going to go up. We're going up because we've got ourselves a foundation. So, you know what? I'm almost thinking I might just match the roof over the top of this and do like a little sunken garden in here. So I shrink down the platform and we can put like a little garden in there. We'll just bring that in one. I think that's going to be neater. And we can have like a little bit of greenery running around through the middle of that. You know, like the little shrub running in. Oh, I definitely have to shrink that. Not that that's what the inspiration is, but inspirations are inspirations. They're not, I have to copy it exactly. And I never do. I never copy them exactly. I always just kind of like riff off them. It's like it's a starting point. It's not what I'm going to end up as doing ever when it comes to inspirations. I mean, unless there's a particular reason to be doing an exact replica, like I'm trying to replicate, you know, the house in Twilight or something. I'm not ever going to do things where it looks exactly the same as the picture. It's just not how I operate, but nothing wrong with doing that as well. But I always just use it as a jumping off point. I keep on bumping up and down. What am I bumping into? Something. So running around the front, I just wanted to have like a... Yeah, that's what I thought. Conflicting block clusters. I might have to just do a fence with that. It's fine. But that's cool. That's our basic shape. I think that works. And then we just need to do something around the back. You know what? Actually, I probably don't need to do too much around the back to make that interesting. Sabrina, you need to try it with the new glass walls they made to match the greenhouse kit. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. I haven't even used that swatch as yet. It was just one of those things where I haven't really been using a lot of the greenhouse kit. Although I'm just thinking about that and I used it the other day. But I wasn't painting the walls. I wasn't painting the walls. I was doing like a rustic thing, and then just kind of like doing a rustic / a little bit modern thing. So I wasn't really doing anything that required, you know, the wallpapers. So that's probably why I haven't kind of used it at this point. Because yeah, I haven't had any sort of need to. But it's really nice to know that it's there, and if I do want to use it, then I can. Go around and round and just keep that consistent all the way. And there we go. Look at that. Do, 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 do. Sabrina, have you built the house from Twilight? Just asking. Yes, I have. You want to see it? Because I have built the house from Twilight. Actually, I have. Thanks for asking. That was a build. Oy, oy, oy. It was a tough build, actually. I feel like replicating things exactly is a lot harder than just kind of doing your own thing. So, you know, I find like replications like genuinely pretty challenging to undertake. So What height do I want this at? This one? There we go. Yeah, Nasina, yes for my collab. It was so good. Thanks, Nis. I appreciate that. It was definitely a very cool build. It was challenging though to undertake. It was a very big build, and there was a lot of just guesswork as well in terms of, you know, just working out what was going to be on the interior that would work with the Cullen's house, because, you know, there isn't a lot of pictures with a lot of the other, you know, characters' bedrooms and stuff. So there was like one of, you know, there's a little bit of information about Edward's, but beyond that, you know, it was just like little set pictures and that sort of thing that I used. But it was like a, you know, quite a big challenge for, you know, just kind of figuring out how to actually make it look like it was supposed to be genuinely, you know, their house, without having a great deal of stuff to work with in terms of, you know, pictures and that sort of thing. But got there in the end. It was a very good challenge. I had a lot of fun with it, and it has been a popular build. It's one of those builds that I actually do want to go back and redo at some point. And the reason that I want to redo it is not like redo it, just like update it. I think I want to do it with less packs. Yeah, I want to redo it with less packs and make it more of a build that a lot more people can download and get their hands on, because it seems like one of those things that, you know, nostalgically people have a fondness for. So I'm there for that. But it's one of those down my list of things to do kind of things. What do we reckon? I think that's looking pretty good. And we've got a stone coming in through the front of it as well. Which stone shall I use? That's not a bad one, the bowling one. It's just kind of one of those weird packs that has some odd things that are quite useful, but I mean, it's quite a nice stone, that one. I was half thinking maybe I'd do that stone from Life and Death, but then we've got the Immeasurable Weights one as well, which might also be quite nice. They're a little different from the inspiration, but that's fine. I don't think I was going to ever find exactly the same. But you know what? I'm going Horse Ranch because that's my favourite, and I want to use it. So, that's what we're doing today. Ooh, and looks like it's just plain black on the outside, so plain black it is. Let's go black, baby. Sabrina, you might have to check that out. It's a pretty house. Let's have a look. It is up on the gallery. And it's one of my more popular builds. Where is it? This one here. So it's the Twilight Cullen house, and yeah, can't really see much through the back, but it's pretty cool. It's a big build. 50 by 40 lot, 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and people have commented on there and I've never read them. I'm sorry, people. Anyway, it's what it is. But that's up there on the gallery, so if you are interested in the Twilight house, it is there, but it does take a lot of packs. So yeah, that's why I was kind of rethinking about, you know, redoing that build with less packs, because I thought that would be quite cool to make it available. Because I imagine like some of the stuff I wouldn't have been thinking about clutter and stuff, because if I'm building for a collab or whatever, I'm usually just, you know, if it's not a limited pack collab or whatever, I'm just like, I'll use whatever, because, you know, you want to do a nice job. That's really what the realistic thing of it is. It's just like, yeah, I just want to do a nice job. It is what it is. So I want to do kind of like some nice landscaping, I think, around the place. So like we can maybe do some plants here. And let's do like a little garden running through there. We can have like some plants coming through there, And we can have the pathway, maybe like a little water feature in here. So let's just maybe think about a fountain. And through this section. And like some plants running along in beside that. That might be quite cool. So fountain in there, and it's gonna mix with the ground, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Just thinking about things. Just thinking about things. As I do. Nasina, I feel like a lot of the pictures were exteriors of all the movie homes. Yeah, I feel like that as well. Like, we didn't get a lot of things that were, you know, for interiors and that sort of thing. I think if you had those shots for the interiors and bits and pieces, I think you would have been better off. And I think you were lucky. But for a lot of us, I think we just had to kind of use a lot of just guesswork and inspiration, and just, you know, make it look like it should be part of the house without, you know, actually specifically knowing exactly what we were trying to do. So it was a lot of guesswork. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. So there is actually a lot of windows on here. So we're going to try and... I forgot about the back. Try and match that with the windows. Because, you know, it's a modern house. So we're going to have like a lot of glass work. And I'm probably going to have to change that foundation. Because I think white is not working with this. Oh, I could do the horse ranch. I forgot about that. There we go. Horse ranch foundation. Boom. There we are, and we can maybe do a little bit of dirt in there. So we're going to put like plants in there. This is going to be our footpath running through along here. I kind of want to do different levels, but I don't know how that's kind of going to go. So paver, and we go. Oops, style is not what I'm after. Debug. Is it pave? Oh, what is it? Oh, what's that paving stone from base game? Scroll, 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 scroll. I know, is it under slab maybe? No. Oh, actually no, I don't need to use base game. What am I doing? I'm just going to use the Spa Day one. The Stony Goodness slab. Although I don't really particularly like that it's raised. So no, I'm back to the original plan. Back to base game. Oh, I forgot to do live edit. No, debug. Oh, slab. Okay, it is under paving. Duh. And it's in with rocks and tree. Oh, yeah. The slab, the pave things. I was trying to do the shortcut of trying to find it under its name. But yes, it is. Thank you, Kiwi. Hi, how are you? How's Kiwi today? I'm doing good. Enjoying your Friday? I'm always good on a Friday because, you know, it's Friday. We're going to be building with the new kits today. So we've taken a wee look at them, and then we're going to build with them. Because, you know, why wouldn't I want to build with them? They look really good. I'm very happy with the state of those. Slap, slap, slap. Yes, Friday. I know. I love myself a Friday as well. So I'm very there for that. Dun, 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 dun. yeah, the new kits do really lend themselves towards like quite a modern aesthetic. So I'm quite excited about that because I love myself a modern kind of home. So yeah, very there for that. Just trying to work out something to put around the front basically because most of the stuff that I want to do is around the back, and I'm just like, oh, I've got to add some stuff around the front too, man. But it is what it is. What kind of flooring do I want? I don't know. Oh, I'm going to use the new paving. So the new paving that we got, garden to table. Thank you very much. Can go with the grey. Oh, how nice is that? You know what? Actually, stuff the slabs. Stuff the slabs. Ooh, must be applied to a room. What? Okay. That was weird. There we go. There we are. Stuff the slabs. We're going to do that instead. Woo! Nice. And running across just like that. I aren't on the floor. oh, I was on the ceiling. Duh. I didn't select ceiling, so I didn't even think to check if I was on the ceiling or not. Boy, oh boy. Anyway, it is what it is. We is what we are. I don't know what that meant. But it is what it is. So we are going to be doing a little bit of platform trim around here. What have we got for platform trim? Something black. Yep. And I need like the underneath going up here as well. Yes. Going up there. It's very black and grey, but I'm okay for that. Tell me it's Friday without telling me it's the end of the week. Yeah, I know. I'm a shocker. Just, your brain kind of just like gets to the point where it's just like, I'm just over it, I'm over braining. I don't want to do it anymore. No more braining for me, please. So, yeah, I think my brain's at that point. It's like, no more braining. Thanks. Bye. It's been a week as well because I've had sick kids and everything, and it's been one of those weeks. So speaking of kids, last night was just, oh my god, it was a time in my life. So my youngest kid, this is like about 9 o'clock at night. Now he goes to bed at 8, and he starts making this noise about 9 p.m. and he should have been well asleep by then. But like a little bit earlier, he'd come out and said, I'm hot, I need my cooling mat. So I helped him find his cooling mat, because despite my precise instructions for where the cooling mat was situated, he couldn't seem to find it. So I got him his cooling mat so he could put that on his feet and, be happy, which is great. But when I, probably about half an hour later, we can hear this wailing, and I was like, what is going on? So we investigate, and he comes out and he tells us the story. So what happened was that he'd like his cooling mat, and he was complaining about the fact that I wasn't letting him put it in the freezer because I said, there was no reason to put it in the freezer because it's a cooling mat and it's already, doing the cooling thing, and there's no time because he should be asleep. Fair enough, right? So he was trying to make this cooling mat colder. So he got his drink bottle, which he had beside his bed, and he puts water on his cooling mat to help it get cooler. And as you can imagine, all that did was make his cooling mat, which was in his bed with him, wet, which then led to the fact that his blankets were then wet. So he then had a wet cooling mat. He had a wet blankets. So he thought, right, I'm going to try and dry my blankets. And I'm not quite sure how he did this, but he decided that he would dry his blankets, but he couldn't get those dry. So he's on bunk beds. So then he decides that he is going to solve this problem, because he didn't come out and tell us any of this. He's going to solve this problem by grabbing the blankets off his top bunk and dealing with that. Except he'd forgotten that he had he'd forgotten that he had, on the top bunk, opened up a whole big, he has like this expanding file which has all his artwork in it. So he had opened that up and left it on his top bunk, so there was artwork all over his top bunk. So he yanked on his blanket, and then artwork went flying all over his room. And so that was the point where he started wailing, because he'd just made bad decision after bad decision, and got into the point where he just didn't know what to do. So that was kind of like where it kind of ended up with him. And yeah, he just like ended up in a situation that he couldn't solve, because he just made all of these bad decisions, and he ended up with wet blankets, a wet cooling mat, artwork all over his already messy room, and yeah, blankets everywhere, and just like him just like all upset because he's just trying to go to sleep, and he's hot, and yeah, anyway, it was a whole disaster. And it was just like one bad decision after another with him, and it was just like, what are you doing? And I was just like, I was both at the same time simultaneously frustrated with the situation, because he should have been asleep like an hour ago, because this is like, by the time all this finished and came, you know, we got it all sorted out, it was like 9:45, and you know, he should have been well asleep by then. So, you know, I'm both frustrated and trying not to laugh at the same time, which was a weird situation, because I was just like, how did he even get himself in this mess? Like, what is he doing? You know, what's up with that kid? Bless him. But yeah, it's just like the series of decisions that got him to this point where he ended up in this disaster place where he just couldn't recover and get out of. You know, it was hilarious. You feel that? I think we've all had those days. We have all had those days, haven't we? I feel like we can all relate to that. It all kind of makes sense to us, doesn't it? Just like things just snowball sometimes. And I feel like that was just one of those situations where things just really did snowball for him. Poor boy. And yeah, next thing you know, it's just like disaster time. I wonder if we can maybe put that all in there. I don't know if I love these sideways pavers, but I'm just going to leave them there. I can always fix that up later. Oh my gosh! I looked away for a minute. Whoa! Mankiss! Welcome in! What did you just do? Oh my gosh! Hi! Wow! Mankiss, welcome in. How are you? Thank you for all of those wonderful gifted subs. I know everyone's going to appreciate that, so thank you for that, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. That's so kind of you. Wow, how are you? Can I get some hype in chat for the wonderful Mankiss, please? Oh, just such a wonderful supporter. Thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Yeah, that's what we like. We like some hype. Woo! Yeah, baby, we got some hype in the house. Amanda's in the house doing her things. They're gonna get some hype today. I don't know what that was. I'm very Friday today, and words are just hard, and I'm making nonsensical noises, I think, coming out of my mouth at this point, but I am just so grateful. Thank you. That's awesome. Woo! I love it. I love all the hype. So thank you guys for being so lovely and sharing the hype. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. Love it. Wow. We get singing Velvet when subs happen. Okay, noted. To be fair, Kiwi, I will sing at the drop of a hat. So, you know, that's not too unusual from me. But yes, you do get a little bit of singing. And welcome into everybody. Hi, Maya. Hi, Jordan. Thanks for being here. I know, all the love, right? I love it. I think that's great. Oh, just Mand. We're gonna hear how's Mand going at the moment. How's life with Mand? Oh, what's that? How am I gonna make that work? maybe... I don't know what I'm doing. We can maybe go... Bloop, bloop. I don't know. I don't want to have that coming in. I don't know what I'm doing with this. But how good is this new tile? I love this new tile. It's fantastic. Tiles are hard. Like I want to have a tile there, I think, but it's just not quite working. Centrically, all the love. Oh, Vinny, woo! It's getting bitty in here, little itty bitty. Oh, you guys, you're okay. Thanks. I can finally get back to Sims now. My site has come back. Oh no, were you having issues with your site? Oh, well, I'm glad it's back and you can get back into the Sims again. Yay! That's some good news. I'm glad, because there's nothing, I mean, I can imagine it would be a frustration because you just want to go in and you play your game and, you know, that sort of thing. And you can't. And it's just like, that's frustrating. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, I think we'll work that out later. I'm just going to add my plants and we can carry on. We'll figure out the front later. It's frustrating me. It's not going the way that I want it to. Frustration. But yeah, if you guys can show some love to Mand, and also, yeah, welcome in, and also how, you know, I know you've sort of just got your site back and everything like that. Have you been up to doing anything with your legacy? I'm wanting to know, because I know that you're working on your very large legacy, 100 gens. Like, I can't even with that. Like, it's just enormous and amazing sounding. So yeah, have you had any chance to sort of get to work on any of that? Because yeah, I'm always fascinated with what people get up to as far as their, you know, generations and, you know, their gens and different gameplay and stuff, because I'm very much a challenge player. So, you know, I'm always fascinated by the fact that people can actually do a whole like giant kind of rotational legacy or anything like that. Is just like, you know, all very amazing to me. So yeah, I always appreciate that other people's other style of gameplay, because, you know, there's certain kinds of gameplay that I'm just not capable of as a person. Like anything where I have to take copious notes and come up with a whole lot of stories and, you know, all that sort of thing is just like, how I just can't do it. So I'm always mad respect for people that can actually manage all that, gotta say. We'll come back to that. It's a hot mess, but we'll make it work. Thank you for the shout out. Oh yeah, thank you for the shout out. Appreciate that, Vinny. Let's have a little fountain. So we are checking out, for those that have just come along, we are checking out the new kits and we're doing a little bit of building with them today. This is kind of the inspiration that I was working with, and it's just confused me, to be honest, with this front area, because I don't really want to like have like tiles everywhere. So I don't know. I've just gotten confused at this point. But that's fine. That's fine. Nothing wrong with being confused. Oh, Sabrina, sorry, I just saw your other comment about you did the house from Encanto one. It's Enchanto or Canto? Encanto once, but I just did the outside and went on my own for the inside. Sorry, we were talking about that a while ago, and then I've just sort of seen the comment. I missed it originally. Got lost there somewhere. Still fiddling with it. Okay, stop me from fiddling with it, please. It's gonna bother me. It's not the way I like it, so please don't look at that part. Don't look at that part. We're gonna pretend it's not happening, and I will fix it later. Later Velvet has a lot to do. Can I just say, Later Velvet is a busy Velvet, because Later Velvet gets a lot from Current Velvet to do, and you know, Current Velvet's just like, yeah, Later Velvet can do that, and then Later Velvet's just kind of like, oh man, that sucks. Thanks, Later Velvet. I mean, Earlier Velvet. You're awesome. It's not true. Later Velvet does not like current Velvet, I gotta say. Okay, we need some doors and we need some windows. Let's get that let's get that started. We reached a level 3 hype train. Yeah, isn't that awesome? We've got like a new emote, I think, unlocked somewhere a little while ago. There's 70 hours of discounted gift subs for my channel at the moment. I didn't know that. It's nice of Twitch to tell me these things. To be fair, I don't really pay much attention. The same. I barely manage legacies with full rule sets. Yeah, I'm the same. Like I'm just about finished my very first legacy challenge. Oh, no, it's not really it is a legacy challenge. I'm just about finished my first like big challenge, which is the 100 baby challenge. So that's probably going to be finishing in January. January next year. So, you know, it's going to be really interesting to see how that kind of pans out. But I've had a lot of fun with the 100 baby challenge, even if sometimes I want to rip my hair out and just like cry. Because, you know, it's a lot of babies and stuff, but, you know, I have really like enjoyed my time with that challenge, and it's been a lot of fun. But I don't feel like I really have the capacity for doing like a super large challenge, you know, like anything that takes like a lot of intricate storytelling is really just not me. I'm just simply not capable of it. Even though I find it fascinating when other people do it, it's just, for me, yeah, it's such a struggle. It's actually a door that I think, this one here, that I think might work. Maybe that door. Maybe not that door. Oh, this door here. That's the one. That's the sucker. Right, so we need to get some more, I might put like that door around the side. And, don't even get me started again on medium, it's actually quite a small house, medium height wall, doors, because, yeah. Medium height doors, my gosh, do we need them for interiors or what? Because I get so frustrated with the fact that we don't have interior doors when I'm trying to do an interior in a house that, you know, fit the wall, because you just have ridiculously small doors for giant walls, and it's just like, I mean, I get it, but also at the same time it just looks silly and it frustrates me no end. So anyway, it's just like another little annoyance on my part, where I just like, I want to have some amazing doors that fit a medium wall, you know. That would be just the bestest thing and make me so happy. Choo-choo! Just on Gen 12, going on to Gen 13. My legacy hasn't got much as in rules. It's just mainly my style of gameplay and is more towards building or finishing rules than any other. Okay, cool. I like that. I mean, you know, it's your legacy challenge, so you play it the way that you want to play it, right? I feel like that makes the most sense to me. Listen, later Velvet probably isn't fond of early Velvet. Oh, you know, later Velvet hates early. Later Velvet hates early Velvet, because, you know, early Velvet does some terrible things to later Velvet, like, you know, makes her do, like, leaves her a list of things to do. And yeah, there's definitely, I feel like there's like a mini feud there between the two of them, between later Velvet and current Velvet. They're just like, you know, they really don't like each other. I need a foundation, not that. What am I doing? It's kind of weirdly off center. So I kind of need it to be a flat one, but also my kingdom for a flat black foundation. I just want a flat black foundation without any sort of lip on it, and nothing like that. Just like a nice flat one, like, you know, that doesn't stick out at all. I thought this might do the job, but it still sticks out, so it might just be grey. I'm gonna put plants in front of it anyway, so I'm not gonna get too fussed about it. Also, speaking of black, I need a black top for my roof. Oh, the steel thing. What am I doing? Of course, steel. Steel is the solution. Yeah, baby. And I got distracted from my windows, so let's get some more windows in there. We always need more windows. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do the full wall windows. I'm going to do the partial windows. I got halfway through chat and then I got distracted. Sorry, guys. I'm catching up. Man, you're getting there. Your site comes and goes at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's frustrating, right? You just want it to be consistently there. Just stay consistent, body. Stay consistent. Sabrina, 100 Baby Challenge is very stressful. Have you tried the Every Life Stage Challenge by James Turner yet? Nuh-uh. I have not. I don't know. I haven't really looked at that one, to be honest. I know it exists, but yeah, I haven't really looked at it. I know it's sort of like you have one of every life stage in the house. Is that right? With the Every Life Stage Challenge? Yeah, I have not looked at that in detail, but I am aware that that one exists. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I don't have any more time to play more than what I've got going on at the moment. just having one or just having the gameplay at the gameplay that I have already on my channel is all that I can sort of manage at the moment. I already get confused as it is, so yeah, with the ones that I have, so adding any more would just be a nightmare for me. But as it is, I don't really have time to play The Sims on a personal sort of like side of things. It's just genuinely for content these days. But that's fine. I mean, I get to have fun as well as make content at the same time. I'm not going to complain about that, because that ain't a bad thing. Ain't a bad thing at all. But no, I have not actually looked at that challenge, so I'm sure it's going to be good, though, because James Turner is a very creative individual and has a very good Sims brain, and was really good at coming up with a really nice challenge. So I can imagine it would be a really cool challenge. Okay. I always have trouble with the swatch of the door actually telling which is black and which is green. Like the dark green is really hard to tell from the black a little bit. I'll do that around this side as well. And there too. Okay, that might work. Alright. Aside from the hot mess that is the front yard, I'm going to sort that out. I think that's looking pretty good so far. Not too shabby. Making progress. I wonder if we can just drop this down actually. Maybe that doesn't need to be higher, because of the trim actually makes that work. So that's good. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the follow. Lost. Hello, Lost. How are you? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Lost Time Machine. I like to keep the storytelling open for my interpretation with challenges and stuff, right? I get that. I get that. Because, you know, that way you can sort of do a lot more, you know, kind of your thing with it and do it your way, which I think is important when it comes to The Sims, you know, to do it your way and the way that you enjoy it. Because if you're not enjoying it and you're doing it for the sake of following rules, that's no good for you, right? Let's do it the way that you enjoy it. So I agree with that. Do it your way. Lost, you don't like the challenges that dictate all the traits, careers, etc. So you must have to, that sort of thing. See, I'm kind of the opposite in that I actually quite enjoy that. So yeah, I am definitely the opposite in that sense, because I really do actually quite enjoy the idea of having like specific goals to work through. But I'm one of those people that really does like a nice specific goal. So, you know, that's probably why that works for me. But I get that it doesn't work for everybody, and it shouldn't necessarily work for everybody either. No, it doesn't have to. So, no. That's the joy of The Sims 4. It can be a little something for everybody. Man, my legacy for The Sims is all about randomness. I love a little bit of random. I do. I love that. New kits. Let's go. What can we add to this little outdoor area that I'm building? I love having goals, but I also love like a little bit of random as well. I feel like that's, you know, that's really fun and enjoyable. And I think, you know, it sounds like a lot of chaos, and I'm there for the chaos. Because, I mean, that's where a lot of the entertainment comes in for me. It's just like, you know, this chaotic event. You're just like a little bit out of your control. I don't know if I want to do this or not. I'm just trying something out. I'm just trying something, okay? Just trying some things. Whee! So it might need to be a little shorter, I think, to work. But I'm just thinking, like, you know, to have it kind of blocked off from people coming in. Let's just try this shorter wall, see if that works. Oh, hang on, that was the medium. Oh, shorter wall? See, I think that's going to be too short, so I might have to stack it up. Like that. Okay, that could work. But then, oh, okay, I can make that work. Just gonna have to fiddle around with it. Sabrina, the longest legacy I've ever had lasted 105 generations on the short lifespan. See, short lifespan is a whole other thing, right? Because you're just moving so fast. And I've never really tried short lifespan. I feel like it's going to be far too fast for me. I feel like I'm going to be like, I'm not going to be able to get anything done, and I'm just going to be stressed out because I'm always worried about not being able to get whatever the task is done in time. So I do wonder whether or not that would be a very good lifespan for me. I've always felt like it wouldn't be. I wonder the other option is we can shrink it down. I'm just trying different ideas here. I love this lattice work stuff. I think it's really nice. It's just figuring out how to actually use it in the way that I... Oh, the other option is... Ooh, ooh, that might work. Okay. Okay, I think I found the answer. Shrink this down by 1 in the tool wall. So it's going to be a little fiddly, but better than stacking it, I reckon. Yes, a basic foundation color. Oh, God, am I that far behind in chat? Sorry, guys. I will try and catch up. Yes, a basic foundation, like a basic flat foundation colors, with just like the basic colors that you need for any exterior. That's all I ask. Like, we've got a flat foundation that we can use, but there's no actual real black. No, it's not actually foundation. It's a platform trim. So never mind. So yeah, there's not really anything that we can use that's just like a plain natural, you know, plain functional color that would be really good to have. So I'm very there for, like, you know, just like some really good basics in the game. I feel like that would make such a big difference to building. Having some really good, just plain basic. Look at that. Height-wise, that just fits perfectly under there. So that's the tall wall, sitting right underneath the pergola. And that should work a treat. Right under there. Move that along a little bit. Lost time machine. That's fair. That's the beauty of the game. It is what you make it. Exactly. Exactly. Because, you know, I like a certain kind of gameplay. That's the stuff that I really enjoy. And just because I like it doesn't mean that anyone else should like it. And, you know, having a game that gives us the flexibility to play it in a way that we all like and enjoy. I mean, isn't that an amazing thing? I feel like it is, and I'm really there for it. So I like that. Just anything that gives you more options, and you know, you can have like a whole lot of creativity in the way that you kind of approach it and stuff. Like, yes, please. Okay, I need more options for colors. SnapP, headed out for the day. Have a great rest of stream. Thanks for being here, SnapP. You enjoy the rest of your day. Catch you later. Bye. Yes, I'm very much an advocate for giving us some really plain, basic tools that will work in like a variety of different ways. And when it comes to building, because I feel like, you know, that gives you a big avenue for being a creative builder. And you know, that's why I sort of don't want to have like every single option available to me. I want to be given a, almost like a semi-limited amount of options. Like a good amount of options is great, but like, it doesn't have to be everything in the kitchen sink. And, from there, I feel like then I could be like, a little bit more creative and, actually the snowy escape one might be a good one. Where's that? But yeah, give me some limited options and make me work for the creativity a little bit, but at least give me a few things to work with. And I feel like a range of basic things, this is worse than the other ones, okay, would be just like, such a really cool thing to have in the game and would make a difference to me as a builder. I feel like, and then I can just sort of use these as basic tools and a basic jumping off point to get out there, and I'll just go with that for the now. I can find another one later. Yeah, to get started with some different creative building ideas. And I mean, I already enjoy like doing some different creative things when I'm building and trying to come up with little different ideas and that sort of thing. But just giving us like those little tools, that would be just such a game changer for me. There we go, like a little pergola area, you know what I'm talking about. And we could probably go a little bit browner. Where is it? This one. Go a little brown. Oh, I feel like that doesn't really work. So hang on. Why did I go this color? Do I want to go maybe dark brown with this? Black. Actually, you know what? I would have loved a black in that pergola, not gonna lie. That would have been great. I assume that's black. After all that mucking around with the freaking column, and then I just changed it to black anyway, because I forgot the color of the house that I was doing. Duh. Friday, indeed. It's all good. Sabrina, the wishing well just straight up gave me a child. Love that for me. Oh, really? Just gave you a child. Oh my gosh. We can probably get that one gone. So they just like said, here, have a kid. Is that just basically what happened? Were you wanting a kid? Is this like something that you were wanting in life? Was this a wish, or was it just like something random that happened? 4 packs only. I'm not building with 4 packs only today. I've already exceeded that. It would be nice to do a limited pack build, but I am sadly not doing it today because I've already exceeded that limit. I don't feel like my brain is up to limited packs today. It's too Friday today for me. My building. You wish for a child. Oh, well then perfect. I mean, if you wish for a child, well, isn't that just wonderful? Because then the wishing well just gave you exactly what you were after. 2 packs only. Why did it just suddenly get less? Oh boy. 2 packs only. But I had 4 before, but now it's 2. It's like negotiating with a kid. Oh, but I want to have this. Okay, now you have less things to choose from. Oh boy. Some of this I will fix up after stream. I'm gonna just admit that. I'll fix this up later when I'm less Friday about my brain. We'll get the. I just want to explore the new things, so that's what we're doing. We will get there. Okay, so we've got a cute little backyard, and we're going to have like a little kitchen to table area. So let's have a look now at our garden to table area, kitchen to table. Whoa! Let's bring up our beautiful new kit, garden to table. Sabrina, pack randomizer build soon. Oh, I hadn't even thought about it. If somebody reminds me, I'll do it. 1 item from each pack build. Yeah, it's gonna be at that point, man. I think 1 item from each pack, for sure. My gosh, it's getting that way. It's definitely getting that way. If I'm not careful, it's going to be out of control, all sorts of different packs. So I feel like you could kind of like run this around like that. I love this idea of this bench seating that kind of works as a wall at the same time. I think that is such a great idea, and I'm there for that. That is cool. It's a little hard to tell where that pergola kind of starts and ends, so work around that. That's fine. Maybe we can just fit that in the middle. That could work, and then we could run it along here as well. I love the stone bench. I think that's going to be super useful for landscaping and moving forward. Like, this is probably a pack that I want to use, like, with a little bit of experimentation and trying a few things with, you know, landscaping and stuff around the place. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, just figuring all that out. But you can have that, and then, like, maybe we can have a half wall running along, or what if we had the fireplace up here, maybe? I don't know, do I want to have a fireplace out here? Oh, how do I want to do this? I don't know. So many options. I actually kind of think I want to get rid of that, have the seating along there, and then we can have our cool new fieldstone grill running up there, because that sits under that size pergola really nicely. So they've actually thought about how big the pergola is and how that item should actually sit underneath it. So I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. And then we can run our little grill table in beside it. Grill table going in beside. Where do we want that to sit? Like that. Nice. And then we can have like the little sink going in beside that. Probably don't need both grills. I'm really surprised, actually. That's the only thing that really surprised me, is that this is a grill and then we've got like a second grill as well. I'm not complaining about the options. I just think I would have loved to have a fireplace as well as a grill. I think that would have been really nice, but you know what? Not gonna complain about options. The center, woo woo, made it home. Had my first peppermint milkshake of the season and I love it. Ugh, peppermint milkshake. In saying that, I'm not a person that likes mint, so I do apologize for just going but I genuinely don't like mint that much. I'm not much of a mint lover, so the thought of a peppermint milkshake and like the idea of mint and milk, I was just like, oh, in my brain I was just like, no. But I know that other people really do like mint, and that's just me. So, yep, just ignore me. It's just me. I'm the problem, it's me, alright? I'm the problem, it's me. This is so cute. Mangoes. When I do any kind of building, I always start with just base game items, and then as I play and get enough budget for each room, that's when I add the packs. Ah, so that's really good. I don't do that at all. Unless I'm doing a limited pack build, which is then, you know, a whole other situation. She might move this around. Move this out of the way. But yeah, no, I definitely don't do that at all. I just get the things I just get the things that I want to use. I'm just like, I want to use this thing, and then off I go. So, yep, that's me. Agent of Chaos. But I think that's a nice way to approach it, because then you've got all the basics that you want, and you know, from base game, and you know, that sort of thing that you want to use, and then you sort of just develop the look of the house and thing from the packs as you want to use it from there. So I think that's a cool idea. I think it's quite interesting, isn't it, how we all have different methods of building and approaching builds and that sort of thing. Just trying to find a nice place for this to sit. I think it's definitely going to sit nice on the edge of balconies and stuff, that's for sure. So yeah, it's very cool, because I know like some people like to build like just the front of the shell, and then, you know, build out like the windows and stuff like that from there. And you know, everyone sort of has those different approaches, and then other people like to do the floor plan before they do before they do the windows and stuff in the build. As you can tell, that's not me. I very rarely do that. I'm very much a build the shell and then work out the inside later person. But yeah, it's just so fascinating that we all sort of like take this different approach to building and how that sort of works for us. And I don't know why that is. Like, I feel like, you know, maybe that's influenced from the fact that it might be the people that we learned how to build from, or I don't know what it would be, but yeah. Because I'm just trying to think, because I sort of learned how to build, and I think a lot of people did, how to build from like Little Simsy and Deligracy, and that was probably the main ones. And I couldn't actually, it's been a while since I've watched any of their builds, but I think they probably build in a similar sort of like, you know, outside in, but I couldn't tell you if they do their windows first or you know, or do their floor plan, or how they sort of approach that, because it's genuinely been a while. But yeah, it would make sense to kind of like build in a similar fashion to how your inspirations build in a way, but then sometimes it's just the best approach for you as well. Sometimes it's just that simple. Shrink that down one, and we've got like a little potato going in there. Oh, so that sits in there quite nicely, doesn't it? I'll shrink that down one as well. And what else we got? Ooh, the little basket. Does it kind of sit on there? No. That's cute. Lost. I just had a peppermint ice mocha. It was yummy. Oh, that sounds interesting. I don't drink coffee either, so I'm just like, coffee and mint? No. But that's me. That's me. And I know that just like in theory that sounds delicious. But in my brain, because it's not, you know, things that I don't, the flavors I'm not in love with, you know, it's a whole other thing. But that's a me thing, not a you thing. Again, I'm the problem. It's me. Lucina, fair enough. Mint is one of those things. I love it. And Chickaphil has the best peppermint milkshakes. Chickaphil, is that like a fast food restaurant? I hear you guys talking about it, and I don't really know what it is. But I assume it's like a restaurant or something, right? I feel like it's one of those things. Cute little outdoor areas. Oh my gosh. Like, look at that little barbecue area. Oh, I love it. What else do you reckon? Do you reckon we could fit a pool in here? I think we could probably fit a pool in here. Maybe we can fit like a nice little raised pool, actually. Oh, I'll just put the platform in and we'll go from there. Work out the problem with the plants later. Okay, just like a cute little pool. Like a little tiny one. Nice, cute, tiny one. And maybe we can do different colour on the tile, like a little darker. And we can do like a cute little pool going in there. Be nice. Oops. Why did I raise the platform up? Put the platform down before you do the pool, Velvet. What are you thinking? What you thinking, girlfriend? Not with your brain. That's for sure. There we go. That's a cool one. Lucina, you don't have milkshakes often, you're lactose intolerant, but I will deal with the upcoming stomach pain to have at least one. Oh, that's brave of you. Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't know that I would want to contend with that, but I get it. Sometimes, you know, the pain is worth the experience, right? So make it work for you. Woo, black pool. And have a path running through. And another lot of stairs. Just lots of ups and downs. Why not? I feel like this is just going to be a couple's home. This doesn't feel like it's going to be a family home at all, I've got to say. Feels like it's going to be a couple's home. That is what it is. Nothing wrong with that. And at all, actually. Couples can have homes too without children. It's fine. put like a plant there, I think. Like there. And we can do a different plant. Oh, yeah, baby! I love milkshakes, though. Milkshakes are one of those things that I could just, like, it would be, you know, final meal kind of thing. I would have a milkshake, I think. I just like a caramel or a vanilla or anything like that kind of flavor range is very me. Just caramelly, yummy things like that. Like, yum. I would love that. It would be delicious. I feel like this is going to be too big for the space that we have. Yep. Diving board. Go a little longer. Like a little lap pool type thing. Wonder if they'd be able to still use that. Maybe not that swatch. Maybe the nicer swatch. But, yeah, I wonder if they'd still be able to use that from there. Maybe I could bring it in one. Ugh, it looks dumb. We'll just have a nice lap pool with a ladder. I'm not going to put all the fancy stuff in there. It's fine. It'd be quite cute to have, like, the Riviera Retreat rocks and stuff there, wouldn't it? Maybe we could add those. Riviera Retreat. I haven't used that kit for ages. Where are we? Sabrina, you learned from Little Simsy and James Turner. Yeah, see, I never really found James Turner until quite late, so I don't know why. It's not like he's not big or anything. But I just like, yeah, it was like all a Deligracy and Little Simsy and stuff. It is what it is. You know, you find who you find, right? Clitosaurus, welcome in. How are ya? Sorry, a little bit slow on the old chat today. I've been building away and not paying attention, which is just terrible of me. How are you? Welcome in. And yes, we have got new kits today. We got the Garden to Table and the Modern Retreat kits. And I don't know what's going on with this. Being a little jumpy. So we're building with them today because, hey, that's fun, right? So we've been like a little garden area and just sort of working on the pool and the outside landscaping. And then we're going to go inside and do like a little lounge and stuff. It's going to be awesome. Very there for it. I love the idea. But anyway, welcome in. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. And that you're having a lovely Thursday, I'm assuming. I feel like that would be silly on there. So yeah, I'm assuming you're on Thursday and having a good one. This is my assumption, and I hope you enjoy my assumption. I don't know why you would enjoy it, but apparently you are. I'm almost thinking I might be able to run like a glass half wall around there as well. Okay, go a little wider. Here we are. And we'll put some towels and stuff on there. Probably needs to run like around there, like that. Running along there, and a couple of plain rocks as well. So, Kiwi, I was about to say, where's the pool? Ah, well, there you go. There you go. I'm way ahead of you. In the sense that I was like way behind you. And slowly catching up with chat. I'm way behind you, but also way ahead of you at the same time. Making sure we have that pool. Because we love a pool, don't we? We love a pool. So give me all the pools, and I'm there and I'm happy for it. Kiwi, you're saying lactose takes away a food you enjoy that has milky things in it sometimes. Yeah. It kind of sucks, right? Be nice to have like those little milky things that you enjoy. It's part of your life. I feel sad for you guys. I'm fortunately not. I'm lactose tolerant, so I'm one of those people that can milky shake away quite happily. But I do feel the pain of those that can't. Because imagine that, not being able to have your milky goodness all the time. I mean, that would be so sad. I love milk. I'm a big milk drinker, so I'm just like there for that. Oh, let's use some more of our little rustic divide bench along here. And we can use a little bit more of maybe our new tree as well, our cherished patio tree. And we can do like another swatch. Oh, look, with little apples on it. How cute. Little apples. Love it. Probably want to have maybe some more plant life around here somewhere as well, but you know, just like those little plants or something, but I might just play around with that later. Sure, there's stuff that I want to use. Oh, I love these Batu planters, but it's just, yeah, difficult to use because I always feel bad. Do you guys feel bad anytime, if you're a builder, do you feel bad anytime you use the Batu pack? I kind of do, because I know that a lot of people don't have it, and I get why they don't have it, because, you know, it's not the best value pack. Let's just say that. So I get why people don't have it, but also at the same time, I just always feel bad when I do use it, because I feel like, you know, it's just taking the opportunity away for a lot of people to, you know, get a chance at your build and that sort of thing, because you're using this pack that a lot of people just seem to avoid rather, you know, smartly probably. But, you know, I actually don't mind the Batu pack myself, to be fair. I quite like the Batu pack, just because I think it's got some really good build buy, and it does have like a, yeah, I actually quite like the gameplay for it. So, you know, I don't have any beef with the gameplay or anything like that. So, I don't know. It's one of those things where I actually quite like the pack. I think that's just too much. I'll have to figure out that corner later. So, yeah, one of those things. Like, I feel bad about using it, but at the same time, I also quite like it. I don't think it's a bad pack at all. Lost. That's why they bring all the boys to the yard. Yeah, all the milkshakes, right? Bring all the boys to the yard. Absolutely. Bring all the boys to the yard. That's not the tune of it at all. I don't know if I want to have like this fenced or not. Let's see. Let's make a decision on it. Oh, definitely can't shift that one. Basic wall trim. I think I will actually have that trimmed around there. I think that does look better. So I will do that. There we go. It's not looking too bad, hey? I mean, excuse the front mess being, you know, the front yard being a mess and stuff. I will fix that up at some point. Probably not on stream today, but we're gonna do the interior instead. I'm gonna limit myself to some other stuff, I think, and focus on the stuff that I wanna play with, which is the new kid stuff. Be fun. Man, because when you get an email about your hype train in your stream half an hour after it happened, oh god, really? It's like, gee, thank you. Way to be up on the action there, Twitch. Good job. Sabrina, one of my favorite YouTubers in Tommy Lynn, who is doing a save file based on Disney movies. Watching her build and do CAS is amazing. Tommy Lynn. Oh, really? I haven't heard of them. Well, that's cool. I have to check them out. Although I say that, and it's like I don't have a lot of time to watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. Too busy making things to put on YouTube, I guess it's a problem. But yeah, I do try to watch like bits and pieces of, you know, people's channels and that sort of thing, and try to support people the best that I can with the time that I have. So I don't know about anybody else, but I do tend to support like a lot of smaller channels rather than larger channels these days. And that's because a lot of my friends and stuff, a lot of people that I know do make content, and I want to support them and give them, you know, like the hours and, you know, the watches and the views and that sort of thing, because I know how important it is. So I quite often do neglect, like, you know, some of the larger channels just because of that. And I don't know if you guys do that as well, but I know that for me that I do that. It's like my YouTube watch hours tend to go where, you know, with the smaller channels rather than the larger channels. Oh, look at this with our animal table. Like, how cute is that? Meow! Got our little birdie on there, maybe? Or what else should we put on there? Oh, the Monstera plants. Yes. And I might do... those windows running up there. I have to fix that. Darn it. Kind of want to have like a wall plant running down there, but I might come back and look at that when we have that stuff coming on. But, you know, how stylish is that? And it just looks like CC, and I'm there for it. I am there for it. Lost, yes, but then I get mad that I feel bad. I know, I get it. Like, right, it's just like you should be able to use the packs that you pay for, and it does seem like a little silly to worry about that. And you know, you should be able to use the packs that you pay for, and it shouldn't be a consideration. But you know, it is still a consideration in my brain. So you know, it's one of those weird things that my brain does. It's just like, oh, I feel bad that I used it, but I shouldn't feel bad, but I do feel bad. You know, and it just goes round and round and round. Tra-la-la-la-la. That's my brain. Welcome to my brain. Round and round we go. Tra-la-la. We're gonna make such a cool living room. I'm really there for an exciting living room. Lost, they need to do a huge sale on it to entice people. I'm actually genuinely surprised that they haven't, but I feel like that might have something to do with licensing, perhaps, or I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's one of those packs that they mustn't make much money on. So, yeah, why wouldn't they want to try and like get it out the door and get people like, you know, buying things and just getting that pack as part of their thing, you know, give it away for $5 or whatever, and people would be there for it. Like, you know, stuff the gameplay and everything like that. It's like $5 pack. We get new things. We get some new gameplay. I want to explore this world and check it out. So, yeah. $5. That'll be the opportunity to do that, right? I wonder if we can slip some, like, little bathrooms in there. This is a real tiny house, actually. I didn't go big, did I? I didn't go big and go home. I just went small and built a home. Lols. Lols. Oh, bad jokes again. Jeez Louise. Stop the bad jokes, Velvet. Stop him. Man, because they need to do a refresh on the older packs and then do a huge sale of them and maybe fix the game as well. Well, that's the dream though, right? It's just like, you know, having all the game like work properly and fixed, and yeah, all of that stuff. Like, that would be amazing. I would be there for that. I'm thinking, what if we went, I don't want to go black on the inside. I was thinking like the silver or the blue or something. Like almost like the Grange mudroom kit, just for something different. That might be quite fun. There's quite a lot of light coming in that window as well, but I'm gonna add curtains, and I think that's gonna resolve that issue. So I'm gonna definitely go through my full selection of curtains. Curtains need an update so badly, particularly in base game. My gosh, the curtains are so bad. Oh, thank you. I will save and hydrate. Preeminent domain. I'm building in Magnolia Promenade, by the way, guys. If you're wondering where I am, it's Magnolia Promenade. The most random place to build. I'd never build here. And I was just like, last night, I was like, where should I build? And I was looking around, I was like, why don't I do Magnolia Promenade? That'll be entertaining. Somewhere a little different, you know? I mean, it's a 30 by 20 lot. You can put it anywhere. That's fine. But I just decided on Magnolia Promenade for no particular reason other than that it just entertained me to build in Magnolia Promenade. That was just the nuts and bolts of it all. Oh, I'm just going to use my favorite curtains because I can. The Desert Luxe curtains are still the bestest curtains in the world. They really are. Bring that over like that. Bring that over. I mean, if you've got the best curtains, why do you need to do anything else? Like, why? I mean, imagine if we had these curtains in base game, like a version of these curtains in base game. Like, that would be absolutely epic. You know, I feel like base game, I was building a base game house the other day, and, you know, base game has gotten really good. Like, compared to what it was when I first started building with base game. I mean, base game has come a long way, but still, there's still, you know, little things that I feel like they haven't really given any time and attention to, and I feel like curtains is one of those things. Is this not quite the right colour? Oh, it's that one. That'll do it. But it's really decoratively, I mean, it's come a long way since the early days of base game. Not that I played in the really, really early days of base game, but, you know, I've been doing this for been playing for a few years now. And it's definitely, and I've been building for, what am I coming up to? 4 years? Something like that. Something, I haven't been building forever and a day, but I've been building a little while. And, I feel like they've kind of come a long way during that time. And we've got a lot of updates and, things like that. So I feel like, we're doing all right as far as the base game stuff goes. But there is still, like, a long list of things that I would like in the game. Not going to deny that. What is this? Hand scrape wood? That with the brown and the blue? Ew, baby. Kiwi. I mean, I get it. It's all the same price everywhere. But some countries don't see it as that, It didn't go home. We just built it. Yeah. Exactly. But, yeah, no, I know. Because it's like, for New Zealand... And I get the conversion rate and all that sort of thing. But, for New Zealand, for a new expansion pack, it is $70. And, $70 is a lot of dollars, my friends. So it's, it's really hard when you look at the price of a new expansion pack. When you've already paid, like, a lot of money for a pack, for the game itself. It is a challenge to actually... think, oh my gosh, yes, I want to shell out, $70 for a game. When realistically, that's not necessarily easy for everybody to want to spend that sort of money. And I get why people kind of wait for, sales and discounts as well, because that does make it a lot easier to justify when, bills are tight, money's tight, whatever it might be. So medium walls do make for tall stairs, don't they? Oh well. We're going to have a nice entranceway coming in here. That's going to be what that is. Yeah, baby. Entranceway. Ugh. Kiwi, those curtains are your favourite too. It's because they're the best curtains. Hands down, they're the best curtains. Because they're just easy to... they're easy to use and they're good sizes. You have 3 different sizes, so you can use them on a whole lot of different wall sizes and everything like that. And yeah, they're just so wonderful. I'm going to use the new light, the box ceiling lamp. So this came with the modern retreat kit. And there we go. It's a gorgeous light. It's small. It's going to be really good for making sure that your Sims can get around underneath it. There's not going to be any routing issues because you've used this lamp. Because sometimes some of the dangly lights and stuff, they cause problems. But in this case, there ain't going to be no problems with those lights. Lost Time Machine. I'm sort of hoping the MP pulse they split. I think they work well together. So the Magnolia Promenade pole, I get that. That's actually quite a cool idea. Like, I really actually quite like that idea. It's going to be interesting to see how that that goes. I almost want this wall to be one in so I can put like some stuff here. Can I make this work? I don't know. Seasons. That would be fun. We'll see how it kind of goes. I haven't voted in that yet, so I could maybe swing a vote in there at some point, work it all out. So okay, so we've got some functional stairs going up there, and then I can do like the Grange mudroom kit, and we can have that going into our entranceway, which will be fun. And we'll see how that kind of figures into this whole look and aesthetic that we've got. Sabrina, bed swatches for base game, please. Oh my gosh, yes. The bed swatches. Like, we don't even necessarily need new beds. We just need new swatches. Because the swatches that we have are just bleh. So, and that's my feeling on it. Putting it bluntly. Putting it very bluntly. Blah. But it is what it is. Sometimes I'm a blunt person. What can I say? I'm not a delicate flower. When it comes to just speaking my mind. I do try to be a little diplomatic, but I'm sometimes I just say what I say. It's just what comes out of my mouth, I'm sorry. It is what it is, right? So, yeah, I love this kit. The Grange mudroom kit is just gorgeous. It's a lovely, lovely kit. I don't know who I'm building this for at this point, but we'll work it out. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out along the way. Isn't that part of the fun? But I want to see how it kind of works with the new, all the new items and stuff. I'm really intrigued to see how that all sort of coordinates together. So that's part of why I'm doing this, because I like to see how sort of, you know, the more recent packs kind of work together and gel, and whether or not there has been a thought about the cohesion of the packs, because that's something that actually is fairly important to me with the game, is like having that pack cohesion. So, you know, it is something that I do pay attention to, is all that pack cohesion. Yeah. Mancus in the UK, an expansion pack is £31.99 on EA. I know it sort of converts out, and I know it's sort of, you know, that conversion, but when you think logically about it, right? You think, you know, 70 bucks for me in New Zealand versus, you know, £32. And yes, in my brain, I know dollar conversion and how that works. And it's probably not too dissimilar, but it just seems like 70 bucks seems like so much more of a big chunk of change than £32, you know? That's how my brain sort of like looks at it, and I'm just like, oh man, that sounds so cheap. It's probably not, but it sounds that's the theory, right? That's the theory. It sounds like it's cheaper. Doesn't necessarily mean that it is, because I mean, you know, money wise, I mean, everything, you know, will be different costs, and you'll have a different perspective on what, you know, is cheap and what versus what isn't, just because of that, you know, that perspective on what your dollar value is worth and all that sort of thing. What are we going to have in here? Oh, we can have like maybe a little necklace. No, is there anything else that works here? The kitchen's going to be fun with the new garden to table stuff, gotta say. Oh, we could put the sleek bath, the sleek stingray in here. That would be cute. Maybe a brown one. I might go lighter. And I'm thinking like a little plant would be great. Okay, sticky points. There we go. There's a blue one there. Oh, wrong one. So we've got like little plants, cute little walk-in area, and then it goes straight through to our living room. We're going to do a living room. Desk stairs, railing. I'll add a railing. I haven't got there yet. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to do a wall or if I'm going to do a railing. So that's why I haven't done it yet. Because I've got to think about the space and how I want to use it. Because this is going to be our kitchen / dining space. So, yeah, I haven't yet decided if there's going to be a wall here or railing. I will deal with it, I promise, but I haven't got there yet. We'll get there. Kiwi, we used to pay $50 for expansion packs, and it rocketed straight for $70 for rent. Yeah, that's exactly right. It did change very dramatically, to be honest, in terms of the prices that we pay. When it went from $50 up to $70, and it was just like the price hike was like, oh my gosh, you know, it's a big chunk of change to go from 50 to, you know, to $70 in, you know, between two different expansion packs. So, you know, it's just I think it was quite hard to really fathom that we were suddenly, you know, paying $70 for an expansion pack opposed to what we were paying for it. So it was just like, ooh, ouchies. And it just made the decision on whether or not you wanted to buy the pack, you know, that little bit more difficult, I think. Manicus, I haven't got the newer expansion pack. I refuse to buy it until they fix the game properly. My game struggles to play with a few packs in an empty world save, never mind anymore. And although I have an old computer, it plays other big games okay. Yeah, I mean, if you've got a computer that is able to play the bigger games, then it makes sense that there shouldn't be any issue with The Sims. Like, it's not like The Sims is, you know, running particularly hard on, you know, lots of action and that sort of thing, and graphics and, you know, that sort of, you know, well, graphics, I mean, you can do those lower anyway, can't you? So, yeah, I get that. It's like, why do you want to pay for more packs when the packs that you have aren't doing what you want them to at this point? I want to use more of these wall cabinets and I can't. I'm like, I want to use these cabinets, making it difficult. That's fine. We will get there. They're pretty though, aren't they? They're so pretty. Sabrina, why the increase? It was at the same time when all of the packs basically had, everybody basically had an increase, I think, in price. I don't know if the US did at the time, but I know a lot of people around the world did experience a price hike all at the sort of the same time. And it was just, I believe, due to just the dollar conversions and that sort of thing, and the fact that they hadn't really kept up with those dollar conversions along with, you know, the change in the economy and everything that was going on in the world at the time. So I think there must have been, I'm going to say around about 2023, right? Would that seem about accurate, guys? I think that's what sort of the time frame it was around then, and just like everybody sort of experienced that little price hike throughout. But it just happened that ours, because of the dollar conversion, meant that we were getting yeah, that $20 price hike all at once, which is just huge and not desired. I really want to use the I might have to take some windows out so I can use the fireplace. I'm kind of struggling with that because I definitely want to use the fireplace because it's very cool, which is the, where is it? Marble fireplace. So I kind of want to have that in on this wall here. So we might just move some of this around and get rid of some windows. And move that door over. Wonder... Actually, you know what? Why don't we put this over here? That might work over here, and then have the door running through there, and we can move that window over there. That could work. And I might put like a stone in beside there, and I know we love the doors there, so I'll move that door around there, like so. And then we just need to move our little outdoor area. Okay. And I feel like it would really benefit from like a wall plant or something running. Oh, what if we ran the trellis up behind here? That could be quite funky. Like running this little wall trellis in behind here, like so. And we can maybe do it in a different color, just to mix it up a little bit. That could be, actually that was something I was going to do around the front as well. I was going to use this trellis around the front too, because I thought that would be really fun. You know, just mix it up, do something a little different on the exterior of the build. And we can probably mix that in around the front somewhere too, up here. Either on the corner or in that section there. Let's try it on this corner. Let's see how that looks. Kiwi, whenever Lovestruck came out is when it changed. Yes. Yeah, so that was, Lovestruck was the one after For Rent, right? So I think that's right. Yeah, it was a shock. I think that was the thing. It was like, it was such a big shock in terms of just you know, having that sudden price change and everything like that. So, you know, it wasn't like it was $5 increase, which you could kind of get, right? It was like, it was no, we're gonna go $70. Gonna really make it sting. So yeah, it did kind of suck a little bit. And I feel like you could have like some greenery running up there somewhere as well. I think, you know, that would look quite nice with greenery on it. Man, yeah, my game struggled since the burglar update. I still have problems uploading to the gallery or even saving to my own library. Ooh. See, that's rough. I mean, you should be able to just do basic saving to your own library. That shouldn't be ever a problem. I mean, I know we all have sort of issues with the gallery. And the gallery is just like a bit of a nightmare fuel thing at the moment. And has been for a while, but just saving to your own... Yeah, I think I like that. To your own library, I mean, that's just something that should be a basic function of the game, and it should never be in question as a thing that, you know, shouldn't, no, it shouldn't be a thing that we should even question as being buggy or anything like that. It should just always be, oopsie, something that just works and be functional. But I mean, honestly, the gallery's been dreadful, I feel like, ever since they changed it and got rid of it, like a whole lot of the functions that we love. The news function, thanks very much. Bring it back. Bring it back. I love the news area so much, and I just want it back. I really do. I feel like the game is kind of poorer for not having that available, because it was such a cute little community thing, having being able to like go onto the gallery and look at all the sort of the news and actually be able to have a community kind of feel to what we were doing. I really loved that, and it frustrates me that we can no longer do that, and I just feel so like the game is less for it, and they shouldn't make changes where the game feels less. I feel like if they're going to make a change, it should be for the game's betterment, not for the game's detriment. But unfortunately, I feel like it has been a case of that gallery thing has been to the detriment of the game rather than to the betterment of the game. And I feel like it should be something that they should be working out and fixing actively, So I hope that they do actually get in there and fix that at some point in the near future, because I feel like it's high on everybody's wish list to see done, is to see that sort of fixed and functioning the way, or at least just functioning in a reasonable way, so we don't have silly things happening. Because for me at the moment, whenever I download from the gallery, I have to restart my game, because as soon as I download from the gallery, I can't build. So if I want to download something even from my own library, as soon as I do that, it's just I become I can't build. Like, it's just like it completely glitches out, and I can't select things and do things, which seems ludicrous. Like, I should be able to just like plop something down from my own library and just be able to start building. But the answer to that is no, I can't. Was that last year, Lovestruck? God, time, what is it? I don't even know how time is working these days, so Ugh, flickery. Wish this came in a taller wall swatch. Doesn't, does it? Okay, that's alright. It's not flickery anymore. Managed to get it sitting okay. Sometimes it is just a matter of that. Just like, if you are getting flickering, sometimes it's just a matter of a tiny shift, and then you're all good. I do like to check for that, because I don't... excuse me. Oh, lost my voice. I don't feel like flickering is like a nice thing to play with in the game, so I do try to avoid like the whole flickery kind of effect where I can, if I am layering up. But oops, it doesn't always mean that I'm successful, but I do try, and I am conscious of it, because I don't like it myself, so I don't see why other people would like it either. I like one of these is sticking out. See that flickering on that side? I don't like that, so we're going to switch it. Here we go. Run it up the side. I think it needs something kind of in front of it, but I'll come up with that, I think. Sabrina, I'm mad at my game right now. Last night I had my sim go around and paint from reference in every world, and when I loaded back into the lot today, all the canvases were white. Ah, Sabrina, you don't play with mods, do you? I know that's a known issue. I'm just trying to think if there's actually a fix with that. Because I know there's an issue with that happening with mods, with the canvases going white, but I feel like there might be also an issue with it without mods, and I feel like you don't play with mods, if I've got that right. So, yeah, so that shouldn't be an actual issue. But, oh, I'm just trying to think if I saw a fix anywhere with that. I feel like maybe there was a fix. Oops. for that, and I'm just trying to think where it was. I know there's an entry on the EA forum for that. So if you get the opportunity, make sure that you report that so that they know it's a bug, because they actually do refer to the forum for bug reports. No, they refer to the forum for things that, you know, are the most urgent for fixes, because people, you know, upvote them or whatever, and will give the Me Too kind of thing going on. So, you know, if you are having bugs, don't forget to actually make sure that you are mentioning those on the, or Me Tooing on the EA forum, because it is actually a thing that they do access and pay attention to. So, you know, just make sure that you are doing that, just because it does help those fixes, I feel like, come through a little bit more regularly. Not making any guarantees or anything. I'm not saying there is a guarantee for that, but, you know, it does all help. So don't be afraid of the EA forum and making some bug reports. Hey Ellie, how are ya? Any spoilers for the next Shell Challenge theme? Ooh, no. I can say that the next Shell Challenge will be for 2 weeks. So I'll give you a theme. It's going to be a really short Shell Challenge, because I'm coming into summer holidays here, and I need to get to obviously spend a little bit of time with the kids and that sort of thing. So we're having a 2-week Shell Challenge turnaround next time around. So there is that. And I can say that the shell is probably on the smaller side because of that. So that's about as much as I'm going to give away until next week, when we get the when we get the Shell Challenge revealed. But right, so we're going to have only 2 weeks to do the next Shell Challenge, so it's going to be a quickie, so just be prepared for that. A 2-weeker. Oh ho. And we're going garden to table. Is there anything here that I want to have, like some decorative eggs? I feel like it's going to be weird. Oh, I know. Do the decorative necklace, and I thought we can have like the drinks tray in here. Yes, drinks tray. I love this little drinks tray. I think it's cool. Man, Kirst, the pack owned doesn't function properly. I own all of the packs except the new expansion pack and the newer kits since Cozy Gamer came out. In between the Shell Challenges, I like doing renos on abandoned buildings from the gallery. I filter with packs owned, but they just come up with base game ones since the last update. Oh, so the filter doesn't work. Interesting. So if I went into the gallery right now, and oh, that's not going to work because I own all the packs. That's not going to work, Velvet. Good plan. Interesting. Interesting. Indeed. It's just weird, the things that pop up, I think, with the pack glitches and that sort of thing. Really? Because, you know, there's a whole lot of unexpected things sometimes that you're just like, what? That's a glitch? That's a problem? Because it doesn't mean just because it's a problem for you that it'll be a problem that everyone else experiences as well. Because, you know, strange things happen, right? I feel like that's the wrong colour rug. Different blues. What if I made that a bit smaller? That works. There we go. Problem solved. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I haven't heard of that. But I did, you know what, this morning, I did a search on the gallery, and I went, I was actually starting to download builds from the current Shell Challenge, actually, speaking of. So I was like, yum, Shell, yay, and these are all the entries, and yay, looking forward to touring them. And then I hit include custom content, and then I got all these, like, red X's, and, like, I went scrolling down, and, like, started repeating all the builds, like, repeating them over and over and over again. Like, look, I'm scrolling down to the bottom, and it's just repeating everything over and over and over again. And then I was doing this, I was like trying to get to the bottom. I was like, what's going on here? It's just like doing this weird thing. I can see it like going down to the bottom, but it just repeats all the builds. And then I scrolled up to the top, and then I got all red X's, which it's not doing now, but yeah, it's just like this weird thing. So I really hope somebody hasn't got custom content in their build, although I can see that with Pixie. Okay. So yeah, I will try and check it the best I can, but it's a little glitchy there at the moment, the include custom content button. Gotta say, not ideal, hey? 2 hours 30 in, save and hydrate, thank you very much. Let's save that build. Overwrite. It was fun, the shell challenge? Or the gallery? Because the gallery, yeah, either or. Actually, it's probably a good answer, right? Either answer works for me. The filters never work for you either, but then sometimes we have custom content when there is none. Yeah, it does say that. It does say that too, doesn't it? It's a bit of a weird one. The gallery can be a strange place at times, particularly these days. Okay, run there through. I don't know if I love the stone in here, so I might change that to the life and death stone. Maybe might be a little bit better. And do it like in a white, mix it up maybe? I don't know. The other option is we can go like that and like that. And go from blue to there, and we can have a TV up above here. I love me a big TV, so I'm gonna throw in a big TV. I love this TV here. But I do struggle with the frame a little bit. I kind of wish it had like a more modern frame, but wishes for fishes, right? The shell. Okay, good. I mean, either way, the old gallery did used to be fun as well, but yeah. The shell challenge, I'm glad it was fun. I had a lot of fun creating it, and I always have fun touring everybody's builds and seeing what everybody created with them, so I get legit very excited by it all. Very hyped up, as you guys know. I am a little hype machine when I get, you know, all excited about things like new packs and shell challenges and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm very delighted that I get to see all these wonderful shells that you guys created for me. Can't wait. Ooh, that little plant right there. Thank you very much. Oh, we need a little drippy down plant. Yes. Although, it's probably not a very good place for it. I feel like it's going to be set on fire. Set on fire. We don't want to have the plant set on fire, so we will just do a drippy plant down there. We'll move that over there, and I'll come up with something else for over there. So coming together. Oh, I feel like that looks better in cream, so I'm going to go with cream in that. Nice and neutral. So kind of go blacks and creams and browns, and then like little pops of blue around the place. I think that works. I think that's looking good. Grab some more little fire accessories, and where's the werewolves one? Oh, I don't really have space for the wood down there anyway. And I got a kitty TV, so that makes me happy. Also, I want to add in a armchair. So we'll go back to our filter, and we'll add in our armchair in the cream. And maybe a couple of armchairs here as well. Another armchair there. Is that kind of going to be weird there? I reckon if we could put in like a little, yeah, console table or something in behind here, that might work. Maybe not. Kind of weird. Oh, owls, just for you. Yeah, I love these owls. I include them in a lot of my builds just because I love them so much, but today, Kiwi, it is just for you. Oh, God. Walls. Just trying to work out my space and then what I want to do with the rest of this. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with the rest of the space. So maybe I want to have, like, a little... See, I've gone back to doing this. I feel like it just needs, like, a couple more chairs or something somewhere in there. I think, like, a little end table would have been great with this modern kit. Like, I feel like I need... I mean, I know we've got this end table here, but I also want it like a smaller one because I feel like this is a little on the large side. So like a smaller one would have been fantastic, I feel like, but it is what it is. It's a bit of a weird layout of a lounge, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to come back to that. So let's work on the kitchen. Now I'm going to put a wall here, because I feel like that will probably be the best use of space in terms of making sure that I can put something along this side as well. So I feel like a wall there is going to make sense. And now we have safety. There you go, Kiwi. We are now safe. Don't you worry. I had your back there. I knew that I was going to do something there. I just hadn't quite decided what. But I did tell you I was going to make sure that I fixed it. So I did. I did fix it. We're all good, hey? All fixed. Mancus, yes, sometimes it says I haven't got packs installed, but I know that I have. Just the gallery says it's not the game. So I'm seriously considering uninstalling the Sims 4 and streaming Sims 3 instead. Well, that's not a bad idea. I mean, if you have more luck with Sims 3 instead of Sims 4, I mean, it's not a bad thing to consider. Because, you know, it's got to be stuff that, you know, because if it's causing you stress, you guys know that I'm doing a black kitchen, right? I could potentially do white as well, but the black kind of goes with my kitchen. Then I've got like the styling of the kitchen, so it was just like I didn't deliberately do that, it just happened. Okay, it just happens that black coordinates with the rest of the thing. And also I'm going to set the curtains on fire. We might put that along there so we don't set the curtains on fire. But oh, you know, I love a black kitchen. I can't help myself. It's just so pretty. I got to do it. Just got to. Yeah, so that makes sense to me, Mancurse. I mean, it's just, you know, if it's causing you difficulty and stress, then why would you put yourself through that? And you can, you know, you can play, if you can play Sims 3 fine on your PC as well, and you've got that option, and it's not a bad option to take. Not a bad option at all. Still no Why does it need a railing? Oh, you mean up on the top floor? I haven't even got there yet, but it doesn't need a railing if it's between two walls. I'm very confused about your safety needs. It's like they're not going to fall off there, I promise. It's okay. It's okay. They'll be alright. I promise. Sims don't fall off stairs anyway. They just fall off mountains. They're alright. They're fine. They'll be right, mate. That's how we do it in New Zealand. They'll be right, mate. Ellie Simulated. This was my first time doing a shell challenge and I loved it. We'll definitely keep participating. Oh, yay! I'm so delighted. Yeah, so the next one will be out. I'll release that on Tuesday when I do the first shell challenge days. So it'll be at the end of tours. And yeah, and that'll go, as I said, that's a short turnaround for this one. So it's going to be a 2-week turnaround. And then the next one's going to be a really long one because that'll go over the summer break for me. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit wonky donkey for the next couple of shell challenges in terms of the timing. And then after that, we'll go back to the monthly ones. You add those towels to lamp bases to create my own lamps. Oh, that's a cute idea. So you can like have like a little lamp like, say this one here, right? And then you get the Life's a Hoot. And look at that. Cute little lamp base. There you go. That's a good idea. Look at us. With the ideas out in the world today. Love that. Dun, dun, dun. Stairs, we have them. Hang on. Why have I got a mirror over there? What happened there? That was random. Random mirror sitting in the wall there on my stairs. My very safe stairs that nobody will fall off, I promise. They're very safe stairs. Safety guaranteed. Let's do a little bit of kitchen clutter. Have a little cluttered sink there. That's cute. And let's see about some tops for our kitchens. What do I do there? I quite like having like the kitchen cabinets with clutter in them, like visible clutter. That's kind of like one of my favorite kinds of kitchen. Like I love the have you guys played around with the Country Charm kit? The kitchen in that is just oh, so good. The I just love all the way that they've designed all the clutter and everything with it. It's just really well done. and I'm there for it. Just wonder whether or not I can get at least blacks to match. But yes, give me a little cute little kitchen end thingy with like a little bit of extra clutter in it, and I'm just like, I'm a happy little chappy. I really am. Because, you know, a little bit of clutter goes a long way for decoration in a kitchen. Don't know if I love that, but kind of works. Need something like a little bit more modern in a black, but I want something with clutter coming out of it. So, you know, that's not going to work, is it? But styling wise, so I like the plain counters sometimes, but mostly I like them to have like clutter and the stuff on them. I knew this when I saw the black, there'll be black, that there would be a black kitchen. Yeah, it was kind of like one of those things where it was inevitable that I'd be doing a black kitchen if I had the opportunity. So yeah. Okay, let's see what we can do clutter wise with the new garden to table stuff. So let's see. So we're going to have that, we're going to have that, we're going to have that, we're going to have eggs, we're going to have the basket, and okay, we'll get all that sort of situated over here. Oops. Over here. I'm going to have all the fresh, beautiful ingredients, and the kids are growing potatoes. Not that this is a kid-friendly home, they're just growing potatoes for the sake of it. We'll go over here. A little bit of stuff that way, and a basket. We'll move those eggs in front because I feel like they're little and they need some. They need to be at the front. Right, go over that side with that. And what else we got? We've got this lovely chopping board. I am there for that chopping board like all the time, all the ways with that chopping board. Thank you very much. Maybe not that. Okay, so that's all our clutter that we got with that set. And doesn't it just look amazing with all that fresh produce on it? I think that fresh produce does make it feel like it's a real sort of working, authentic, we're busy cooking things kitchen. And I like it a lot. I think I'm going to be using that, and I think that's going to work really nicely with the kitchen clutter kit. I feel like it will do. So let's see how that kind of works with the kitchen clutter, because I'm going to grab that now and see what we can add in here, like, you know, scales, stuff like that. There will probably be a way to cook. Yes, there's like lots of counters and stuff, so we should be able to still cook things. And I want to put like the soaps next to the sink. Yep, that's cute. Over a little bit more. There we are. What else we got for kitchen clutter? The tea caddy thing. And, oh, the utensils. Love that for us. You know what, actually, we might put those in behind there. There we go, some utensils. Just mix it up with, like, lots of different little bits of clutter from different packs. I mean, I want to really highlight that board a little bit more. Maybe we'll do, like, the tea. Cute! Look at all that beautiful clutter. You would need a stair lift. You struggle with a few steps. Oh, to get into the house? Yes. Oh, to get up the stairs? Yes, you would. You would then definitely need that stair lift going up to help you on your way, because they're definitely the steep stairs. So I think it's definitely not mobility friendly, that's for sure. If we had the option in the game, actually, to have like a little bit of mobility options, wait, wouldn't that be cool? Like to be able to build like for mobility options in terms of like, you know, having a stair lift and that sort of thing. That would be really fascinating to bring into the Sims 4. I mean, it would be a whole giant mechanic in the game, but I feel like, you know, that would be actually really interesting to have in the game, because, you know, it is a whole sort of section of our community that don't get representation, and I feel like, you know, obviously we want to have our community represented and that sort of thing. So I feel like, you know, that would be a really cool thing to have a little bit more representation in terms of those that maybe not be might not be quite so mobile out there in the world, because I know a lot of players of The Sims 4 do have mobility issues and that sort of thing. So, you know, it would be really cool to have that representation in the game. It'd be interesting to see how they do it. That's for sure. That's for sure. But it's something that I feel like there's a real big gap in our game that could be filled somehow, some way. I don't know how that kind of would work from an animation and gameplay kind of point of view and that sort of thing, but hey, they figured out horses, they figured out all sorts of things. I imagine that they could figure out wheelchairs and stair lifts and, you know, ramps and that sort of thing. I mean, imagine if we could have ramps in the game. Like, how cool would that be? I feel like that would be awesome to have ramps in the game. I'd love to see it personally. I think that would be great. Okay, and I have like what running up under there. Let's go maybe add base game for a sec. And we'll add in a thing so we can put some clutter on top of our fridge. Yes, please. Clutter! Love it! A ramp would be good, even if it was only decorative. Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, I feel like even like a non-decorative useful ramp would be absolutely amazing to have in the game. Because, you know, that would be a good way to have a variety of, like, more variety in the type of, you know, Sims that we have. So, you know, why not? Give us more diversity. Give us more, you know, more inclusion. I feel like the game is good at it, at being inclusive and, you know, having things available for a variety of different people. But it could I always think that it could do more in that direction as well. And there's, you know, definitely areas where it can very much improve. So, you know, I'd love to see more of that happen in the game as we sort of progress and that sort of thing. Obviously, we've got some interesting times coming up ahead with the game and how that's kind of all going to shake out. And I don't know how that's going to go. None of us really do with the sale and, you know, that sort of thing. So it's one of those things where, you know, you just don't quite know what's going to happen with it all. But I'm quite interested to see what does happen and if there will be changes and, you know, see what the dealio is with it all. But I want to continue to support a game that I love, and I feel like that is inclusive and does, you know, represent a lot of the things that I find important in the game or in life as well. So that's why I'm continuing to be part of the EA Creator Network. It's why I'm continuing to play The Sims 4 and support it. I don't connect or really support the people no, I don't at all support the people that are buying, you know, I don't know, I know they already own it, but are they buying more shares? I don't really know how that works, but, you know, I don't really have any support for the owners of EA themselves, but I just have so much love and, you know, support for The Sims 4. And that's what I'm here to play with EA, is The Sims, you know, well, the Sims franchise, because I feel like it's one of those franchises that really does do a lot of good work for our communities out there that may be a little less represented and that do struggle to find a place. And, you know, for my community and stuff like that, I feel like I want to still be there to offer me playing and me being part of, like, you know, a game that does support so many sort of minorities and, you know, smaller communities out there that do need that representation and a safe place to be able to feel like they're safe. So that's been sort of my thought process along it, and it's just been, you know, it's been a tricky thing because everybody has like sort of different opinions on different things, and that's fine. Everybody will have their different opinions on it, and it's just been, that's where I've sort of settled down on it, because it is for me as well, you know, one of these games that is good for my mental health, and it is my mental health safe space. And I feel like, you know, giving up The Sims would just be a very bad thing for me personally. But, you know, I've thought about how sort of like it relates to my community and everything like that and what we get from it. And I feel like everybody sort of still you know, gets a lot of representation, even if it's not perfect, and, you know, that sort of thing. And yeah, I want to continue to represent a game that I really believe in, even if the owners aren't someone that I believe in. So that's kind of what I feel like. Man, you could just do a working elevator or build your own elevator. Oh yeah, like a proper elevator rather than like a rabbit hole. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. That would be so cool. I mean, I think there's definitely options that they have. Like, they do have, like, the rabbit hole elevator, right? But there is, you know, I feel like there is definitely things that they could potentially do to really just bring in a little bit more consciousness of, you know, mobility for those that do struggle with mobility out there. So, yeah, I do feel like there is things that they could do that would, you know, really up their game as far as that goes. And I'd love to see them do it. But again, I don't really know what's on the plate for them, and, you know, how this all works in terms of animation and, you know, stuff like that. So it's all very well to say it, but you don't really know what's involved in the actioning of it, right? Kiwi, I don't think the buyers were already there, new ones. No, it's the equity group they already own shares of the company, so they're actually already existing owners. I think they own, I don't know, 10% or 15% or something like that. So they're actually already, as far as I'm aware, from what my understanding is of the situation and what I've read of it, that they are already existing owners. But I don't know how that works with, it's because the ownership, I don't think, is technically changing. It's just the way that the company is set up is changing. It's going from public to private. And I don't know if that means that they have more ownership or what the story is there. I don't really understand that aspect of it, but I do know that they are already, as far as I'm aware, owners of shares in the company. And then with it going private, then I don't know if that means they're full owners or, you know, how that sort of works. So I don't know. You know, there's a lot of information that isn't really known at this point, but, not that I know anyway. And there's things to find out, because there's been a lot of, you know, back and forth and, you know, that sort of thing on different aspects of it. But I feel like there's a lot still to be learned about the whole situation. But I just want to be here to support the Sims. So that's what I'm doing. Mancus, if you put a floor lamp on the edge of your counter and then move your counter to clutter, the floor lamp will then show you where the edge of the counter is, if that makes sense. Yep, it does, because I know that trick. I do. So what you mean is you basically get this floor lamp here, the kids' floor lamp from right here, and you say, right, I'm going to put my clutter here, and then I'm going to move this from here, and then I'm going to add in my clutter right here, and I know it needs to be centered right that place, and then you can just move your shelf back and remove the clutter. I mean the lamp like that. I do actually know about that trick. I don't ever do it. I don't ever do it. It's like, I know about it, I don't ever do it. I'm too lazy to go get a lamp. I think it's just because I'm in the middle of doing something and I'm just like, I can't be bothered going to find a lamp. I feel like that's just not the right look for in here. I want it to be, and it's just not. So yeah, it's a good trick, that one. It's actually very handy, rather than fussing around with the ins and outs of doing the clutter and stuff. It's actually a really nice, easy way to get clutter sitting in the right place. It's a good tricky, that one. So for those that didn't know that one, it's worth using that if you do not like to go in and out all the time with your clutter. Then that's a way around it. Kiwi, okay, I thought it was like implied they were brand new investors. No, they're not. They're already they already have ownership with the company. So, you know, that's where it gets a little tricky. It's like, well, you know, they've already been owning the company for years. So I don't know. It's a whole big mess. I don't really want to get, you know, I don't want to get too involved in it and that sort of thing, in terms of, you know, just getting into the deep nitty gritty of the morals and ethics and that sort of thing, because it's a very complicated issue, and I don't think there's a simple answer to it, and I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to it. At the end of the day, it's yeah, as I said, it's a very complex kind of issue, and I think everybody needs to find their own place with it. And I feel like I've found mine, and I feel like I'm kind of happy with that place, in the sense that, you know, I feel like I want to just support. I've thought about why I'm here with EA and what the reasons for that is, and it's because of The Sims 4, and I want to continue to support The Sims 4, and that's just the bottom line of it, because I feel like, you know, The Sims 4 is a game worth supporting. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I do it. Oh man, I need more decorative items. That's a cool shelf though. I like that shelf. It's a nice shelf. Maybe I can turn it into a bookshelf. Let's get the vintage books out and see how we kind of go with that. Okay, so that's kind of the spacing for the medium, and then you're going to need small on top of that. So that means clicking and dragging. Manco, Silverlake are already a small shareholder in EA. I don't think it will affect The Sims in any way, to be fair, as they're more interested in the sports side of the company. Yeah, I think that's the case, but you know, it's hard to know. But as we've said, it's like they're already investors in the company, so I feel like if there was going to be changes, they would have already happened from that investment. But again, I don't know whether or not. I mean, I don't know much. I don't know much about it, but and how these things work. But I feel like, you know, if they were going to make, maybe they can make changes that they want to make with a greater ownership. I don't know if they're going to have greater ownership or how that's kind of going to go. And I don't know what the whole debt thing is about, but yeah. I mean, I know it's to do with the shares and stuff, but as I said, it's a complicated issue, and I think, you know, we've got a lot of information that still is missing from this, you know, whole equation, so it's tricky. But it certainly has caused like a lot of, you know, concern and, you know, difficulty out there, I feel like, in the community, and I feel like that's a shame. You know, it would be nice not to have that stress out there, because there's already enough things to stress about, really. And I just want to play my game and, you know, share that joy with others, and, you know, sharing others' experience as well in the game. Because, you know, I feel like, you know, having a little community here in The Sims 4 it means that you can share those things, and we can, you know, we can do the things like shell challenges and share our building stories and, you know, all that sort of thing in our gaming and, you know, that sort of thing. So I really love that. I love that sense of community. It's nice to have it, right? Ooh, that just slipped into place. Yeah. There we go. I feel like the Modern Lux kit, no, not the Modern Lux kit, the Modern Retreat kit and the Refined Living Room kit, I feel like those kits are going to work really nicely together. Like, they've got, like, you know, that same sort of aesthetic to them, so I feel like they're going to work really nicely as a pair together. And it's got, like, the modern... I'll mix out the colours a little bit. There we go. The Refined Living Room kit, which I've got to stop calling the Modern Living Room kit. It does have some really cool, you know, really cool items in it. And I feel like, you know, they're going to work sort of quite harmoniously with the pack that we've got, today's kit. So that's really nice. I like it a lot. I love being able to mix and match different things. And also the artwork in that is outstanding. Did I save and hydrate? I don't think I did. I meant to. Mancos, that's if it happens at all, to be fair, as they have many lawsuits that will happen if the sale goes through. Well, that's the thing. It's like, it's not a done deal by any sort of stretch of the imagination at this point, so yeah, I don't know. It's a lot to go through before we even get to that stage, so we'll sort of see how it all pans out, I guess, at the end of the day. It was one of those things where I just really did not want to make a hasty decision on something, but, you know, I did want to think about it and really just consider all the ins and outs of it and how I felt about it, and, you know, the reasons why I was sort of staying here and doing what I was doing. And yeah, it was just because I believe in this game, and that's really the nuts and bolts of it, really, isn't it? I feel like I need something here, but I think I might come back to that and just think about that later. Because I'm thinking maybe like a chess set or something. Just, you know, some basic skill building stuff might be quite nice in there. So I might do that. Oh, you know what I'm doing in here? You absolutely know what I'm doing in here. I'm doing the sleep bathroom kit. Because obviously we're going sleep bathroom in the bathroom. this is a very kit build, this one. We're exploring kits all the way through, and Sleek Bathroom Kit is just gorgeous. But let me see, because we've got an Invisi shower, so that's kind of perfect. Invisi shower, and then we can have just our sink and our toilet, and we've got a nice functioning bathroom right there. So I'm there for that. Plus we've got a toilet brush holder, we've got a mirror if I can find it. All very modern and lovely. We've got a toothbrush holder, soap. I'll turn that around because the soap's run the wrong way. Oh, you know what drives me bananas though with this? And it's a very simple thing, but why didn't we get a hand towel with it? Like a little hanging hand towel. Like, why not? We should have. That was the one thing I feel like we're missing. Oh, also, the other thing I would have liked actually with this pack was a medicine cabinet, like a modern medicine cabinet. Like, oh my gosh, I would have forgotten one of these lights and maybe one of these dividers, and had a medicine cabinet and no, that's not gonna work. A hanging hand towel, please and thank you. I would have loved that. Mancus, I think that a lot of people that are against creators haven't thought of other companies that have shady back businesses that most people use every day or monthly. Seem they don't have problems with them, just my opinion. Yeah, and I think everybody has like a different take on it, and then like a different stance on it, and and that's fine because we're all individuals and we're all going to have different opinions about things, and they're going to have like different points where they're going to say no, I don't want to pursue this, and I get that. As I said, I don't think there's really a right or a wrong answer when it comes to making decisions whether or not you want to continue to play with Sims, because it's really, at the end of the day, your feeling on the matter and what you stand for and that sort of thing. But yeah, I think the thing is that's what overwhelmed me when I was thinking about the whole creator thing, and whether or not to continue to play the Sims and that sort of thing, because I feel like it's something I had to think about logically. Whether or not it was going to be ever something that realistically I would do, I don't know. But I wanted to actually just take some time and really think about it, because it was an issue that was present, and I felt like I should. And that was the one thing that I did get really overwhelmed with, was the idea that if you're taking a stand against playing The Sims 4 because of the owners, which, fair enough. Why not? But then when you look at what else they own out there in the world, how do you sort of narrow it down? Because there's so many things that are owned by so many sucky people, and yeah, how do you quantify I guess what my point is, well, like, where do you draw the line in the sand for you? Like, how do you draw that line? And that's where I got overwhelmed just thinking about it, because I was like, well, yeah, there's this line in the sand that you have to draw, but like, when you think about all the nuts and bolts and all the ins and outs of it all, how do you draw that line? I couldn't figure it out. And then so I just had to kind of go back to basics and really just say, why am I playing this game, and why am I continuing to be in the EA Creator Network, and why am I, supporting all this? And it's just like, go back to the basics of why. And I think that really helped me understand, or like to really come to a decision on the issue. That's really what it boiled down to. I just needed to sort of really consider it, because I felt like it was a situation worth considering at the end of the day. It deserved some of my time to think about, and it's very easy, I think, to get caught up in the issues of the moment as well, and it's very easy to say, I want to take a stand on this, or I want to react in the moment, and then when you sort of step away and look at it with a clearer head, a little bit later on perhaps, then maybe it's something that you wished that you hadn't reacted to in that moment, and that you'd taken some time to think about. But maybe it's something that people have taken time to think about, and this is what they've decided, and that's cool as well. So yeah, but for me, I did find it was like quite overwhelming to just like draw that line in the sand and really say conclusively, well, I'm going to not play The Sims 4, because then that was that trickle down effect of then you know, I'm not going to be playing this and I'm not going to be playing that. I'm not going to be doing this and I'm not going to be doing that because X owns this and X owns that. And it's just like, wow, where does it stop? And that was the problem. It was like, where does it stop? Because I don't know the answer to that. I don't know where it stops. And, you know, it's an overwhelming issue. So I don't honestly, whatever your take is on it, I mean, that's all good, because I don't think there's very easy answers to any of it. It's a whole lot of stuff, right? A whole lot of stuff to deal with. Okay, now we're going to have some stair railings because safety is very important to us here in The Sims 4 and in this stream. We do approve of safety. So we're going to make sure that we've got some lovely safe rails, and we're going to keep up with our clear panelled glass. Glass. There we go. Nice. And I reckon we can fit in, like, the little two-seater that we got with Modern Retreat. And we can fit that in, squeeze it in right there. Look at that. Nice little two-seater. Oh, I'm dying for some art. Oh, man. How good would it be to have, like, a whole kit just filled with art? Oh, my gosh. I would be over the moon. It would be amazing. Wow, a whole kit just filled with art. Yay! That would send me into a very, very happy place. That's for sure. So I need to have space to get out to this doorway. Probably only need one doorway, actually, now that I think about that. So we'll get rid of that one. And that means we can probably do a second one of that. I'd like to add maybe some more vine to this one. We'll see. Hopefully that'll work okay. But yeah, what was I just talking about? I've forgotten. I know I was going on about the EA sale, but we finished that topic, I think. I was talking about something else. Something that I wanted in the game. Oh well, it's a million things, so it could be anything. So yeah, I think we were talking a little bit. We're going into Friday here in New Zealand, so we're 12:13 p.m. So I'll be doing a couple of quick bedrooms and then we're finishing up. But we are heading in towards the weekend very rapidly. So is there anything? I know we've got a few plans on the table there for a few people. We're going to go out and actually after the stream, I'm going to get some lunch and I'm going to go out and buy the first of Christmas presents for the kids. So that's a scary thought. I'm honestly, to be really honest with you guys, I am normally finished Christmas shopping by now. I haven't started this year, but I'm normally finished by now. I'm one of those people, and I don't apologize for it. I'm one of those people that likes to have my Christmas shopping done ridiculously early. But we are doing we're doing something a little bit different this year for the kids, in the sense that we are going more of a direction of a bigger items rather than lots of little items. And yeah, so we were just sort of waiting for the right sale to come along and get the items from there. So it was always going to be just a bit of a waiting game as far as that goes. I have ordered my husband's Christmas present, so it's going to be a Christmas, and I ordered his birthday present at the same time. So he has a present on the way, and it's been ordered. So Christmas shopping is underway in this house. I still haven't thought about my mum, and I've got to organise some pictures of the kids to go out to everybody. But other than that, not too much to buy, which is quite nice. Oof, the glare on that. Glary. I don't like that. Too glary. Go white. Go and go darker. Blues. Ooh, the navy blue. I love this wallpaper. It's one of my faves. Man, because there's a lot of cheap clothing companies that use... Whoops. Thing. There's a lot of cheap companies that use child labour still. Beauty providers that test on animals. There's a lot of online taxi cab services that have shady back businesses and morals. Where would you draw the line? Silver Lake has small shares in a lot of companies. Yeah. I think that's where I really struggle. It's like, what sort of, like, how do you draw that line and where do you draw it? And, you know, that's one of those things. It's like, where? How? It's a hard issue. As I said, not easy, eh? Not easy. And you're going to try and upload my shell. Yay! Tours are for that for Tuesday and Wednesday next week. I've got those scheduled in place. So I'm absolutely looking forward to seeing what everybody has done. And hopefully it uploads, man. You know, if you ever have trouble, if you know how to do the tray file thing, you're always welcome to email me the tray files as well. If you are having issues. And that goes for anybody. If you are ever having issues uploading to the gallery and you have the ability to make tray files, then you're very welcome to send those through to me. I'm very open to that idea. So feel free to take me up on that offer if you need to. I think I might have that coming out of there. Man, you're done for Christmas. Just got to book and pay for my taxi to get over to my mates for Christmas dinner. Oh my gosh. Well, aren't you just organised? Good on you for that. I love a little bit of organisation and being all sorted out for, you know, for those special occasions and, you know, that sort of thing. I'm not this year. I'm not in my usual thing, but as I said, we're doing things a little differently this year. So it's one of those things where I just couldn't be organised the way that I want. And my hubby's not one for being, you know, months in advance kind of, you know, to get things kind of done. So in this case, we were working a little bit to his schedule just because of sales and, you know, whatnot. So it is what it is, right? Oh, okay, interesting. Look at the way that sits out from the wall. Intriguing. It actually sits quite a way out. The old ladder from the garden table thing. Intriguing. I think you might have to be careful with the clutter that you use on that, I've got to say. But that's cool. So we can do maybe like a little TV. Okay, I might be able to fit like a little TV in there. And go like that, and we'll have some wall decoration, and I feel like a little plant could go in there nicely, and that would be our door out to the balcony. I feel like let's do that actually. There we go. Problem solved, and we'll move that across. Well, we won't move that one across. That one that way, and I could get a plant in there too. You need to get Sims 3. I could still do your Sim challenges in Sims 3. I actually have Sims 3, the base game. So I do have it. It's just that I don't play it. Like, I own it, but I've played it for 20 minutes. So I don't actually genuinely know how to play the Sims 3. So that would be no good to anyone, I feel like. I don't know. I just I wouldn't be able to do the tours, I think, effectively in Sims 3, or do anything in the Sims 3. I feel like I'd want to actually be able to do the things myself, because, like, you know, I'm okay at building, so I feel like, you know, I'm qualified to do tours because I kind of know what I'm doing with building. Like, I know a bit about it. So, you know, that feels okay to me. But as soon as I start doing something where I don't feel like I have the knowledge to really qualify my ability to tour, like, you know, or I don't feel like, you know, I feel less than an expert, let's just put it that way, then it's just like, well, why am I doing these tours when I'm like very, very much not an expert at this? And that's where I kind of get unstuck in my brain a little bit, you know, and not that I'm an expert builder or anything like that, but at least I do feel like I know a little bit about building, and I can, you know, I know when I'm looking at something and what the effort is that's gone into it, and, you know, that sort of thing. So I understand building and what's involved in it, and, you know, that sort of thing. But if I was going to do it in Sims 3, I'd have to be a fairly decent player, I think, in the Sims 3, and I feel like I would have to be someone that knew how to build in the Sims 3 before I could do tours in the Sims 3. You know? Because otherwise I'd be, like, saying stuff and be like, is this right? I don't know. And I would hate that. That would drive me bananas. I'd be like, I'd be sitting on the, you know, on the verge of uncertainty the whole time of like, am I saying the right thing? Am I just, you know, making up nonsense words, which is also entirely possible for me. Nonsense words coming on through. Man, you get a Christmas present a month. It does help that I'm a brand partner with Oriflame as I get my prezzies from there. Ah, well that's cool. I don't even know what Oriflame is, but it's cool that you're a brand partner. I love that for you. It's awesome. So what sort of thing does a brand partner sort of mean? What does that mean? It's a lot harder to build in Sims 3, to be fair. Oh, really? It does look like it was a bit more difficult. And I would probably really struggle with decision making in The Sims 3 because I know that you have like the color wheel and stuff, right? And I would just like sit there and I'll be caught up in like all of this massive indecision because of all the options I had. I'll be like, what do I do? I'm stuck. What do I choose? You know, that sort of thing. So I would feel a little bit like, oh my god, what do I do with all of this stuff? Oh, look at all that stuff I just put on the wall. Look at that. Brilliant. I just need a little something to go in this space right here. There we go. Little sunflower. And I might put like a mirror in behind here. We can do like the little multi-mirror trick. Dun. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And immaculate. But I have thought about doing like a little bit of Sims 2 or Sims 3 or Sims 1 even gameplay. I actually own all of them. So I thought it might be quite cool to do like a little bit of that sort of, maybe like mix it up a little bit and do something that I'm not used to. But, you know, it's been years since I've really, aside from a little gameplay when I first got it, it's been years since I've really played Sims 1. I don't even know about Sims 2, so you know that would be interesting. And yeah, Sims 3 is I've played for 20 minutes and that's it for me in terms of Sims 3. So you know, I think it would be an interesting thing to do like a stream where I played Sims 1, Sims 2 or Sims 3 and see what happened. Like I feel like it would be chaos and I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'd do stupid things. Which, to be fair, I do in The Sims 4 anyway, but... Oh, what's going on there? But still, you know, I feel like it would be more than usual. So, it's entirely possible. Cool, and I need something for it behind here, and we need some little plants for there, and we can just whip up the bedrooms, and we're done for the day. It's been fun. I really like these kits. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of them. Oops. So, you know, I feel really positive about them, and I haven't got too many quibbles with the decisions that were made. But, you know, you always sort of look at these things, and then you go back and look at them with fresh eyes, and then you sort of see, like, the sleek bathroom kit. Like, I absolutely love that kit. It's amazing. But it's not perfect. Woo! Oh, what was that? Bee. Sorry, just had a bee flying at me. As you do. The back door's open, so there's the perfectly open back door for the bees to kind of fly through and get in here and be like, hi, how you doing? Oriflame is like a mixture of Avon and Body Shop, but better quality products. A brand partner I can sell or recruit all over the world. You have a PO box I could send you some products if you'd like. I don't, unfortunately, but that's amazing. Thank you, man. That's so kind of you to offer. That sounds like a really cool thing. So you get to sell all the sort of like the different products and stuff all over the world and to different people and that sort of thing. Very cool. Very cool. I would love it if I had a PO box. Sadly, I don't, which kind of sucks. Just, you know, it's one of those things I don't really need. I don't even barely get mail at my actual house, let alone needing a PO box. I haven't used one. I used to have a PO box like years and years ago. Years and years ago. Like I'm talking 20 years ago now. And but that was when I was sort of like just sort of left home, and I was, yeah, I don't know, I was sort of sharing. I was like in the downstairs of a house, and yeah, I was kind of sharing like the property and stuff, and like it was kind of a bit of a weird setup. Probably dodgy as. But I was 18 and living in a dodgy house, what can I say? It's something that you just do, right? 18 and live in a dodgy house. It was cheap rent. It was $100 a week. $100 a week. Can you imagine like $100 a week? I think I'm going to change that wallpaper. But anyway, yeah, $100 a week for the. Maybe I'm not going to change that wallpaper. Maybe I'll just stick with it. I can't even imagine that right now. Like 40, like yeah, $100 a week to live in a house. It was not great. I would definitely say it was not great at all. So, you know, don't have any expectations about how awesome this house was that I was living in for $100 a week. just expect that it was not great at all, and yeah, set your expectations very low. It was basically in the underneath in the basement of a house, and it was just this long thin thing. It didn't even have an oven. I think it might have had a fridge, and like there was like one bedroom, one bathroom, and it was really scody. It was not a good time. But you know, when you're 18 and living that life of a young kid just trying to save money and stuff, do you really care? Nah, not so much, eh? Not so much on the caring. You just kind of do it because, like, you know, you're that age. You don't really spend a lot of time at home anyway, or I didn't at that age, because, you know, I was sort of out working and having fun and, you know, all that sort of stuff. So never spent much time at home, so it wasn't really a big deal, but it was pretty scody. I didn't stay there that long. Did not stay there long at all, which is probably a good thing. I don't know if I can make this rug work in maybe with that. Oh, I wish there was a blue version of that. I want the dark blue version of that, but anyway. The only mail I get is bills. Oh yeah, tell me about it. I don't even get like bills really. Now that I think everything is like electronic, so you know the only thing you sort of get is a bit of junk mail and the odd thing where it's not really emailable. But other than that, like everything is like electronic these days. So yeah, don't get a lot of mail. Don't get much at all. Oh, that might work. That might work for me quite nicely actually. Sims 4 EA Starter House. Oh yeah. Oh man, it's just like empty, nothing in it, right? There's like a few things and then that's boom, done. We've spent 500 on a railing, and then we used the most expensive fencing we could find in the game, and we've used that, as well as extremely expensive spandrels and columns, because you know obviously we're going to be using those in a starter house. The difference between doing a starter house when you have a lot of packs versus a base game starter house is actually quite large. That's the thing with base game, is it's not really the, you know, it's not the cheapest by any stretch of the imagination. So yep, that's the thing. So you know, I feel a base game starter house I feel is a lot harder to, you know, work with than a non-base game starter house. I would rather do a non-base game starter house, I've got to say. Yeah, that's a bench. You can sit on that, right? So that's quite cool. And oh, I kind of want to put my dresser there, but there's windows. I'm going to put the dresser there anyway. I'm not going to let windows stop me from doing what I want to do. That's for sure. What colour am I going with? White. Okay, white. And then we can have the freestanding mirror. You won't stop me. I haven't used the Secret Sanctuary kit very much, I've got to say. I actually quite like it, but I think it just depends on your style of home as to whether or not it works with at home. And it's just one of those kits that just hasn't really resonated, I guess, with the kind of builds that I've been doing. But every now and then I'll pull it out and I'll be like, because I did a Gothic Mansion fairly recently for a collaboration, and I used that kit then because I thought that was going to be quite nice for that, and it did work. Did work quite nicely for there. So, you know, that was a good thing. But I have otherwise kind of struggled with the Secret Sanctuary kit in terms of finding a nice use for it and stuff. Ooh, can I fit the cabinets along here? Let's have a look. I reckon we can fit those there. Quite large, but maybe it'll look better on this side. Because you only, for the Sims to get into a bed, you only kind of need half a grid, but I feel like that looks not quite right there. You might be able to fit that. And beside there. And then move that over. Ugh. Feels crammed. I don't want to cram. We ain't cramming today. We're doing pretty things. Thanks very much. There we go. Lovely. I just want more wall art. Oh, 3 hours 31 in. Save and hydrate. Thanks very much. We're almost done. Oh boy. That's when I got carried away on the building, didn't I? I couldn't help myself. But I'm so close to finishing. We're just going to shove another bedroom together and we'll be all done, my friends. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today and making this all a fun experience. And I feel like, you know, we have had fun today. Had some good chats and all sorts of things. So it's been nice. I'm going to add to that later, so that's fine. Man, the starter house in Sims 4 are a lot better than the Sims 3 starter houses, so they have evolved a tiny bit. You know what? I feel like the houses and the basic guns have actually, in the Sims 4, try and get my sentence to make any sort of cohesive sense, have really actually quite evolved. Because when you think about the starter houses and how they used to be in the game before they did the update, I mean, like, the updated ones are so much better than what we had before. I know they're not perfect and they could be even better, but compared to what we had, oh my gosh, like, wow, so much improvement in those base game ones. And the fact that we have so many you know, creators out there, like actual people in the community doing builds now for EA with new packs and stuff, I mean, I feel like that makes a huge sort of difference to the quality of builds that we get in the game. Like, you know, there's always going to be limitations, I feel like, with those builds, no matter what, because you can't use the building cheats as we would otherwise use, you know. So, you know, there's always going to be those limitations and that sort of thing with those builds regardless, because it's just the way the game has to kind of be, or the builds have to be to, you know, work with the game and what they need when they're releasing the packs and stuff. But they have improved a lot. They really have. And I like that. And I like that the game itself is like continually evolving to improve. And I can actually see that happening. And I feel like a lot of players can see that happening, where, you know, they can see that the game is evolving and that they are making those changes and are moving towards a game that is improving. If they were like out there and they were doing things where, you know, they were just putting out packs and they weren't actively trying to improve the game itself, I feel like, you know, there would be a lot more frustration. I mean, I know a lot of people are frustrated as it is, but I feel like we'd be even more frustrated, and probably there would be a lot more pushback about things if it wasn't a sort of a stage where they weren't even trying. But I feel like they are trying, and they are actively trying to improve, you know, the game itself, and that makes me very hopeful. that we are going to get a lot of things that, you know, we have otherwise been missing in the game, or that these fixes are coming, and, you know, that we will get these changes. And yeah, I'm a genuinely just a positive, sort of hopeful person anyway, to be fair, but I tend to try and look on the brighter side of things, and not going to deny that. That's just who I am. So I'm more inclined to be hopeful about the fact that we are going to get, you know, these fixes and changes at some point in our lives. You know, I'll always take that stand where we are going to, you know, I feel like that is a thing that's going to happen for us. But, you know, also on the other side, I feel like there's actual proof to support that feeling on the flip side of that, you know, because they are actively out there, and they are, you know, making those changes to the game, and they are improving it over time, and, you know, that sort of thing. So I feel like, you know, it's not just a silly thing to be hopeful for, you know. I feel like that makes sense. It's not silly to be hopeful for something that, you know, feels like it is progressing as an active, like, thing in the game, where they are making those active improvements. So I feel like that's okay to say, right? I feel like it is. Right, let's get a dresser and a little bit of stuff in, and we will have finished our little build. I will go back in at some point and fix this up, and we'll get this up on the gallery just when I get the opportunity to. But that would be, yeah, today. Oh, that makes no sense whatsoever, but that would be, you know, a little job for another day, because it's not going to be today's job. Oops. There's like, it keeps jumping up because there's that platform out the side, because we've got this like raised platform out here, and it's affecting the build on the inside in terms of like making this jump up a little bit. It's been a little bit irritating having that platform around the side, I have to say. Mancus, I have patience with them fixing the game, but unless I just play with base game and a pinch of packs, sometimes the game at the moment is unplayable about after 2 hours play. Yes. I get that. I used to have an old computer, and I had that same frustration. This is a while ago now, because I feel like, you know, over time, it does put a lot of pressure on your PC to perform. So I do feel that it is one of those things where, yeah, over time, particularly, you start to get like severe lag and animation drag and that sort of thing, and that's a frustration. Absolutely. So I get that, and I understand that, because I've been through that myself with The Sims as well. Just like, you know, and you have to do little things like clearing your notification wall, make sure that's clear, make sure that your household inventory is clear as well, because, you know, a lot of household inventory creates lag, and you know, just a lot of notifications kind of piling up, that makes lag as well. So, you know, it's just like understanding like these little things that do create your lag in the game, and do affect, yeah, the things that sort of happen in the game, and how your computer reacts to that. When you do have an older PC, you do have to kind of go through that process. And it's just like, oh, I don't want to have to go through all this, you know? And I sort of, yeah. It is frustrating. Frustrating for sure. Oh, this is what I want, actually. Little workspace, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna decorate that up and fix up all the problems and stuff at a later date. And like this front area needs some serious work, but I think we are gonna wrap it up for the day. Mancus, gone are the days that I'm on The Sims 4 for 12 hours. My game won't last that long now. Yeah, maybe that's just the game forcing you to take that break. But it's kind of like, I just want to play, right? I've had a lot of fun exploring this pack today. It's been great. I mean, look at our little garden to table area. Like, so sweet with the grill and everything like that. The plants, the seating, the clutter. and like, you know, the little bits and pieces for the modern retreat kit as well. It's been really lovely. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you all and building and yeah, basically exploring these new packs and really enjoying them. I've got to say, I thought they were absolutely lovely, and they're going to really work with my sort of modern aesthetic that I like to hang out with, you know, well, build with in the game. It did come out lovely. I mean, there's some work to do. Like, I've got some work to do. No denying that. Like, that's a hot mess. But, you know, we will get there with it. You just go on to another game. Hi, Kitty! Thanks for the love, hon. So you guys have a fabulous weekend. I'm going to be back on Tuesday at 9 a.m. and we will be going into shell tours. So the Yum shell tours. So you've got a couple of days to get them up and get those up onto the gallery. So remember to use the hashtag Yum shell right up there and get those up. There's already some amazing builds. It'll be 2 days of tours, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we'll be back on Friday again with Very Veggie Challenge. So yeah. Have a great day and evening and weekend. Thank you, Cutie. And I can't do modern houses, so I'm impressed with anyone that can. Oh, well, I mean, we each have that thing that we kind of, you know, lean into, really, don't we, in terms of style and that sort of thing. I'm just looking at this thinking, like, those houses at the top look like those roofs are part of the build. I might move it to a different lot because that's a little distracting, because I'm looking at that going, that's not ideal. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. You have a great weekend, and I will catch you next time. Bye!